What is he doing?
Double deuces, baby. Double deuces.
Welcome, everybody, to the Locker Room Rant, show number 22. Jesus.
Stop doing that. It's so embarrassing.
I'm Tony, and as always, I'm here with my boys, John V and Nico. Say hello.
What's up?
Cheers, guys. I'll be drinking Old Smoky Moonshine Blackberry Lemonade, courtesy of the Cruise Through, our friend Ditmar. Right here, guys. Good stuff.
Friend, he's your cousin.
Cruise on through. Cruise on through to the Cruise Through.
Elm Road, Warren, Ohio.
Elm Road, Warren, Ohio. Is he still going to the
Havoc? What's happening?
Is he still going to the Wilder Fury fight this weekend?
I believe so.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Me too.
He told me what those tickets cost. I'm not jealous of the ticket price, but I am jealous that he's going. I think we're going to have a special guest joining us here tonight, hopefully. Right, John?
Yes, sir. We'll bring him in. He's going to come in whenever he's ready.
Sounds good. Man, I kind of wanted to wait to get to this first topic until he gets on. So, you know what? We didn't have a recap show last week of the NFL games, week 4 action. Let's talk about our teams now. Nick, we'll start with you and your Brownies. Talk to me about the Vikings, 14-7.
All right. So the Vikings are a very good team. But the Browns were able to go in and handle business. Baker did not play well. Like I said, I never said Baker was a great quarterback. I just think he's an adequate enough quarterback for the team that we have, because I believe the rest of the team is pretty much really good.
That's fucking lies.
That's not a lies. They're 3-1. They should be 4-1.
So what? Just because the team is 4-1, not Baker. Baker is not 4-1.
You don't need a great.
Baker is not 3-1. I'm sorry. Listen, you have defended Baker in every way, shape, and form, and I have told you that I am not sold on Baker Mayfield.
I don't even necessarily really like Baker, but he is our quarterback, and that's who we have, and I don't totally dislike him. So I'm fine with him. The defense, second week in a row, played lights out, baby, and
bailed him out.
My dude, the guy who I've been championing all preseason, all draft season, JOK, is an absolute stud, difference maker.
We go again. It's the Cleveland Browns and it's first and 10.
So get on your feet and let the games begin. Here we go again. Garrett is killing it right now. The secondary looks lights out. The defense is coming together nice. It's a lot sooner than I thought it would. We were without a couple pieces. We're without Anthony Walker, who's our starting green dot linebacker, pretty much the leader of the defense. We were without Greg Newsome, our first round pick cornerback, and Greedy Williams steps in and does a hell of a job. I can't be excited enough about our defense. I'm not worried about our offense. I think our offense, they took the gas off the pedal from the moment the game started, but you know what? When they had to, they came through. Chase McLaughlin, the kicker, Mr. 50-yarder. He might be the next Phil Dawson for us. So I'm happy. I know a lot of Brown fans are a little distraught over our offense not looking that great. But the Vikings aren't necessarily a chump team. And by the way, when a lot of people were talking about how bad the Bears were, and our defense was only great because the Bears were so terrible. What did the Bears do this week? Oh yeah, they won. What did Justin Fields do? He didn't pass for 3 yards total when you include sacks. He got over 200 yards. Yes, he didn't play that great, but they still won. They're 2-2. So,
Mr. Dion,
what's up, Dion?
Welcome to the show, sir. Why don't you tell everyone where they could find you on the reg.
Oh, hey man, Niner Gang Podcast. It's the number 9 ERGANG podcast. You can find me on YouTube with that. You can find me at SwiftD on Twitter and on Instagram 49er_Dion. But yeah, man, I'm just glad to be here hanging out with y'all, man. It'd be better if we were all in the bar, pissed drunk, talking this shit to each other.
It would not be better, Dion. You want nothing to do with these three when they're drunk. Trust me,
right.
It's
right.
not fun. Nick, I got a problem.
Okay.
With Baker missing a wide open OBJ down the sideline to seal that game. That was easy pitch and catch. Odell had his defender burnt. And it would have been an easy touchdown to seal that game. And he completely fucking missed that guy. I'm not a Baker hater. I actually like Baker. I like him for the Browns.
You probably like Baker more than I do.
But that throw, I watched a rookie, Trey Lance, hit a Deebo Samuel down the sideline for a wide open touchdown. It wasn't the same type of exact same type of throw, but it was damn close for what is he? Is this his 4th year now? A 4-year vet should definitely be able to hit that guy.
Listen, was Baker not good that game? Yeah, he wasn't good. But that's the testament to a good team. When your star player isn't playing, or who's supposedly your star player isn't playing well, your team can overcome it. That's called what being a good team is about. The Browns can now have proven they can win a variety of ways. They can win with their defense. They can win with their run game. They proved last year they could win with their pass game. Listen, Odell has been there for 2 weeks, okay? He's been there for 2 weeks. There's going to be some miscommunications with him and Baker. There are. He doesn't have Jarvis, okay? Jarvis is a good safety valve for Baker, okay? He was on point with Rashard Higgins. Him and Higgins looked like they were real in sync. So it's going to take some time with him and Baker. But I am excited about the Browns. I think they're the top 5 to 3 teams in the NFL.
The only thing I'm going to say is in order to beat the Chiefs of the world, in order to beat the Buffalo Bills of the world, you can get away with missing that throw in the Vikings game. You can't get away with that shit against a tough team in the playoffs. So just watch your boy. That's all I'm going to say. Watch your boy.
If Nick Chubb didn't uncharacteristically fumble and the punter didn't fumble the freaking snap, we would have beat the Chiefs. We would be 4-0.
Like my good friend Billy Vrontos always tells me, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle.
If the team's 3-1, that means they're really good.
I to be honest with you, I have to give Baker a little bit of a pass here, and the reason that I state that is because he doesn't have a rapport with Odell Beckham Jr. He can't build a rapport with a receiver who's never on the fucking field. I mean, it's unfortunate. And Odell is the oft injured, highly talented player, but when you ain't on the field, shit, I don't know how to hit you on certain plays. I mean, that's just being honest. I mean, that pass with Trey Lance, I mean, shit, you've got to be a dumbass. Any of us on this panel could have hit that fucking pass. This is way too easy. Like, he's just standing wide open. I mean, you know, and then he had forever to get there. So once he gets there, you know, with building a rapport, it'll work.
Oh, we're going to get to Trey Lance.
We're going to get to the 49ers.
We're going to get to the Niners. Me and Nick have a lot of questions for you guys.
Can we just keep it short?
Keep
Just
it short.
short about the Niners, bro.
Sure,
Because
bro.
I don't know that I can handle this.
Sure, bro.
Don't worry, Nick. If you've got questions and John is not in a mood to answer, I will gladly fill the void, so to speak.
Guys, I can't take it anymore. Dion, we tried to hold out as long as possible until you got
All right.
on. We gotta get to Urban Meyer, the perv.
Look, man. Look. If you want, okay. If you gonna play the video, do whatever you gonna do. That's basically what it was. Go, Urban. It's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. He gonna figure
This
it
guy.
out. It's your birthday. Hey, man. Look, let me tell you something. At the end of the day, right?
He went straight quagmire. He went straight quagmire in that club. I think we should start calling them the Jacksonville Quagmires, to be honest with you.
Quagmire kind of means shit show, so that team is a shit show. It works all the way around.
It works all the way around. Listen, so last Thursday, if anyone hasn't seen this yet, last Thursday, the Jacksonville Jaguars took on the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals kicked a game-winning field goal to beat the Jaguars. Heartbreak loss for the Jaguars. After the game, everyone got on the team plane and flew back to Jacksonville, except for one guy.
Oh,
He decided to stay back and visit his grandchildren.
And have a nice dinner, by the way.
And have a nice dinner. They stayed back. The team all flew to Jacksonville, which there's a lot of players, like old NFL players, that are coming out after hearing this, and they're like, no coach in the history of my playing years has ever not flew home with the team ever never has this happened. And Urban Meyer stays behind to visit his grandchildren. He takes they drive from Cincinnati to Columbus. He gets in Columbus, goes to dinner, stays for a little after party, and then obviously you guys have probably saw the videos where he stays. There's a young woman dancing on him, and then a new video surfaced of him. It looks like maybe putting some hands where hands shouldn't be. So they're 0-4. When he first kicked off this coaching career here in Jacksonville, he brought on that strength and conditioning coach that was a known racist. They brought in the sideshow that was Tim Tebow. He's 0-4. He's not flying back with his team. The first time that anyone in the NFL has ever heard this shit. And then he starts to get in trouble with the ladies. How do you guys see this ending? He met with ownership. Ownership said he needs to regain our trust back. I mean, at this stage of his career, do you think he's probably like, fuck this, I'm out. Fuck this, I'm out. Because I think I would be like, fuck this, I'm out. Not only that, my wife would probably be like, you ain't leaving the goddamn. You ain't fucking leaving the house. You ain't leaving the house, motherfucker. Nick, we'll start with you, buddy.
Listen, I've never liked Urban Meyer. Thank you for the championships, because you're a hell of a recruiter. You're able to pay people among the best in college football and get us good players, and we won a championship like that. Although it was sheer luck that we won that championship, because if we would have kept playing JT Barrett and running that stupid freaking system that he won, we wouldn't have won that championship. He was forced to run a different system because he had Cardale Jones, and Cardale Jones was the better player at that time for that team. Urban Meyer has never been a good coach. I've never liked him as a coach. I thought he was a terrible in-game play caller. And to top it all off, I never really liked him as a person, particularly because I think he's a huge hypocrite. And you can always tell these hypocrites, and there isn't a doubt in my mind that he would do something like this, because that's the type of person that he is. When you hear people that try to chime in that Christian, try to push that Christian evangelical way of thinking down your throat, then yeah, I'm hesitant to believe you. I think that's a ploy to get maybe a little out of your player, to maybe get a little more out of your players, maybe endow them with the responsibility that it takes to be a player on your team. But deep down, Urban Meyer's a scumbag. He's a scumbag. Okay? And this proves it. Like, I have no problem with a coach going and having a young girl grind on him. I have no problem if that person wasn't a hypocrite about it. Okay? You know, maybe the infidelity thing might be a little kind of something off the, you don't really want to see that. And that might be something a little off-putting. But as long as you're not a hypocrite about it, I really don't care. The fact is, Urban Meyer's a hypocrite about it. And his team's 0-4. And he's doing a terrible job coaching the Jags. The Jags are taking a step back, even though they have better personnel, even though they have more talent. So yeah, Urban Meyer I still think has a ton of leash in the Jaguars if he wants to stay. I don't think he's one of those people that's going to leave after this year, but he will probably leave after 2 years.
He fucked that whole organization up in like 3 months. I mean, how do you do that? How do you have a not terrible team? Not a terrible team. Yeah, they had the number one pick, but they weren't. They had promise. They showed signs last year of promise.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, John. Throw that thing a bone.
She's got her bone. That's why she's growling at me, bro. I'm leaning in the chair and she's chewing it behind me.
Yeah, she's very protective of that bone.
She's going to shit. Eat me. Yeah, she's wild. See, watch.
That sounds like I'm playing sound effects of a crazy dog right now.
That's my crazy dog.
Dion, what do you think, buddy?
Man, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. It's not like this shit doesn't happen. It really isn't. It's not like this shit doesn't happen. We just fucking found out about it. Okay, how many times has Urban Meyer had some little young thing grinding up on his nuts? This is obvious that this shit happens on a million-time basis. And I guarantee you his wife is probably not even bothered. She doesn't even give two fucks at the fact that this happened. She's probably looking like they just actually put it out there and been know about this shit for years.
Honestly, videos recorded it before.
Right? Yeah. Like he's okay. This is what Havoc says. The Jags have been a messed up organization for a while, but Meyer made it worse. Let me tell you this. You make the organization worse by bringing in Tim Tebow, by allowing Trent Baalke of all fucking people to be your GM, because we all know how worthless and trash he is as a GM, at least in my eyes. Some people don't think he is. I think Trent Baalke is a really bad GM, and I think he fucked us in many different ways. And then to top it all off, man, at the end of the day, I honestly feel like he's going to be USC's head coach at the end of this year. I really don't see him sticking around in the NFL. It just doesn't work for him strictly based on the fact that Urban Meyer is not accustomed to losing. Like the man even openly came out and said, I don't really know what to tell this team when we're losing because I don't do that. Like I come from winning and I win consistently. I don't ever lose. So how do I tell them, how do I galvanize the troops, so to speak, when I have no idea what galvanizing is, because my troops are always out there, kicking ass and taking names. So, I mean, with the whole situation with the club, this is just some shit that we finally fucking caught on camera. It ain't like this shit don't happen across NFL circles. I mean, the worst thing is there's things that people know about and they purposely hide, and I'm going to put the Giants on Front Street here. That their organization needs to really be kicked swiftly in the nutsack here, because they knew about that kicker that was doing that was, beating the daylights out of his wife and still let this motherfucker on the field. that to me, that's inexcusable. I mean, you want to get mad about Urban Meyer because some chick was grinding on him in a club. I really don't give two shits because I don't care about people's personal lives. That's not my business, But when it comes down to something like that, yeah, you need to really take some accountability. But I honestly just think Meyer is here for that moment, man. And at the end of the year, man, he'll go ahead, cut out. USC will have himself a new head coach, and he'll be happy being back in the college ranks where he's a winner, where he's lauded for all of the things that he did. And even if there are people out there that feel he doesn't deserve the flowers that he continually gets because he didn't really do those things, there were other people running offenses and defenses. I get it. I don't know a lot about him. All I know is he was at Utah, he was at Florida, and he was at Ohio State. And all of those programs seem to get him some wins. So, I mean, even if he just has that Midas touch where he just touches everything and goes to gold, it is what it is. As far as the club thing, I could care less, man. That's something for him and his wife to be concerned about, not me, because that ain't my business. You want to let some little young thing do that to you? That's your problem, bro, not mine.
He may not have been accustomed to losing, but he had to expect that he was going to lose this year. Like, this wasn't.
I'm 100% sure he knew. I guarantee you he was aware that he was going to lose because this is not college. It's the NFL. Yeah. And you're playing against real talent, and you're playing, honestly, with, your whole team is pretty much basically rookies. And to be honest with you, you have your foundational piece as far as the quarterback is concerned, right? You were banking on putting him with this homeboy straight out of college, but ETN got injured, so now you don't have that. But the thing is I've always looked at it when you're building a team, to keep it a buck with you, you want to start with that offensive line in the trenches. Because if your quarterback can't stand up or if he's always running for his fucking life, there's a higher probability of him making mistakes. And I've always felt like if you could start and build that O-line properly, then you're going to be, on the way. Because they have their foundational piece as far as quarterback. They just got to make sure that he's able to stand in the pocket, stay upright, make throws.
I just think this is like, I don't think it would be a big deal if they weren't 0-4. I don't think it'd be a big deal if he didn't bring in the racist coach that he tried to bring in. I don't think it'd be a big deal if he didn't do the Tim Tebow thing. This is like the cherry on top of a lot of shit that he's been causing in Jacksonville. And I think that's why it's so and didn't travel with the fucking team back to Jacksonville is completely uncalled for. After a tough loss, your coach just bails on you. See you guys. Have a safe flight back home. I'm going to stick around and finger bang. John, what do you think, buddy?
Listen, the NFL is all about image, right? Protect the shield. And that means that all 32 teams and their owners and their coaches and their personnel and their players, everyone must follow suit, right? So Urban Meyer is obviously 0-4. We all know that this is pathetic. And it's an Urban Meyer that I'm not particularly used to seeing. I read the coaches' faces and their composure on the sidelines, and you can pretty much tell what's going on by not only what you see in the game, but how the coach feels throughout the game as well. Through 4 quarters of football, you can see composure change, facial expressions change, but Urban looks more disturbed and more lost than I have ever seen him in a collegiate game, right? I mean, he just doesn't fit the bill in the NFL. He can't gain the trust of the players. He can't get them to rally behind him. And he's certainly not going to get any of that by abandoning them and sticking around and finger banging some broad at a bar, right? So, look, at this point, the ownership has to be fed up. They're 0-4. And the coach is acting like a total fucking clown, right? And I mean, now we're talking about his potential outside of the NFL and potentially going for a job back at the college level at USC. But who's going to want this exposure? This is going to follow him, right? I mean, bro, if you got a problem, if you can't stay faithful to your wife, if you're going to go out there and you're going to make a mockery of your marriage, much less a mockery of the franchise, because I mean, these guys don't believe in Urban. They don't believe in him. and there's speculation and there's rumors that, like, bro, this guy's on the verge of getting fired. Personally, this negative exposure right now and abandoning your team and not flying back with them on a tough loss, bro, you should be done. Like, you should be done, right? Now, if Urban manages to keep his job through the trade deadline, I will be impressed. I mean, the patience of Khan, isn't it the owner, right? How do you say his name?
Yeah, Shad Khan.
Mm-hmm. Right. The patience
Shaka
that this
Khan.
guy is the patience that this guy is putting forward is insane right now. Because Urban looks like total shit, guys. I mean, his composure, he doesn't look like he has an idea what's happening out there. It really, I feel like his offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, I feel like they're carrying him right now and the talent on the team, because that dude, I mean, he looks lost. Any way you cut it.
They're terrible.
All right. Switching gears, Urban the Perv. We could probably talk about that all night, but let's switch gears to I want to talk about who you guys got for MVP through 4 weeks. Nico, start us off, buddy.
If I had to pick an MVP right now, I would actually pick Justin Herbert. There's nobody with a better resume right now than him. He's beat the Chiefs. He's undefeated, correct?
No, they lost.
No, they
to
lost
Dallas.
one game.
Who they lose
lost
to?
to Dallas.
Okay. Oh. I mean, you know,
What are you gonna say?
Wait, you're gonna switch. You're gonna switch. You're gonna switch your MVP that quick?
I thought he was undefeated.
Well, you know.
I thought he was undefeated.
One loss is into the world.
But the thing is, no, it is, because if he was undefeated, it would make his case a lot bigger. But I'd still pick him. I think he's obviously in his second year. He's coming up. He's established himself as one of the top tier quarterbacks in the league. The team's playing very well. I see Herbert as a very good front runner. If I had to pick a couple other guys, I'd pick Kyler Murray. I'd pick Tom Brady's got to be up there as well. So it's pretty much all going to be quarterbacks. It's not really going to rock the boat too much.
Okay, so you're gonna go with Justin Herbert.
Yep.
Sounds good. Johnny?
I'm going to go with Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold right now is tearing it up, undefeated, leading the league right now. No? Am I mistaken?
I came in like a
No, they're not undefeated. They're 3-1.
Oh, okay. They
If
did
you
it
said
right.
They also lost to the Cowboys.
If you
Wow.
said surprise or comeback, I would totally agree with you.
He was poorly developed in a shitty ass system.
Yeah, but I don't think he's.
This is a guy who's recuperating his career, right?
Yeah, but I don't think this is the MVP. This is the best. This is supposedly the best player in football right now.
The guy right now is one of the best players.
I'm going with Sam Darnold right now.
Yeah,
If you want Sam
Darnold is
let him pick
fucking
Sam
man.
Darnold.
Maybe let's pick Sam Darnold. You can pick Sam Darnold.
You know, if you've paid attention, then he's really fucking
Good pick. Good pick. Sam Darnold, you pick Sam Darnold. I would argue it, but yeah, that's me.
You know what, Nick?
John, I
Pay
like
attention to what the fuck is going on.
shit. Dion, who you got, buddy?
Sorry, that was the moonshine talking. It was dressed in blueberries and lemonade.
For me, honestly, yeah, he mentioned him, Kyler Murray. Murray is playing at a ridiculously high level right now, and yeah, I'm shitting my pants. I'm going to that game, and I'm not very, very confident in if we're even gonna fucking win that shit. Kyler Murray is playing out of his mind, and he is so small that trying to tackle him is just ridiculously hard. Because imagine Eric Armstead trying to tackle someone 5'9". He's 6'7". Do you understand how hard that is when you got a little fucker that just keeps shifting around and running and moving? Mm-hmm. You know, it's hard. But Kyler Murray, I'll give my vote to Kyler right now.
Yeah, it's hard to argue Kyler. I got Dak up there, but for some reason,
Dak would be my number 2.
Yeah, I would have been with 2. Yep.
Dak's everyone's number 2. That poor guy. For whatever reason, I can't. I do living in Ohio, you know, going to B-dubs every Sunday. The Browns are always on the big screen, and I can't help but notice that fucking Myles Garrett. He is just a destroyer on that defense. And I gotta say Myles Garrett is right now my MVP and defensive player of the year through 4 weeks, of course. He has 6 sacks already in 4 weeks. And it's not even the sacks, just the way he's just manhandling people out there. I'm gonna go with Myles Garrett. I'm sure that'll change here soon. As soon as my boy Josh Allen gets back on track, which he's starting to slowly get there. And we'll see how we look in the next 4 weeks, the next quarter.
If they voted on it, I just think they're going to go with quarterback. I agree with you that Myles Garrett might be the most dominating player. And have you seen a better physical specimen than that dude?
Aaron Donald.
His arms. I'm just talking about just looking.
No, I'm saying, look, okay. You guys can judge me if you want. I don't care. I look at the ESPN body issue every year. Aaron Donald is ridiculously chiseled. This motherfucker is. It's not right.
Have you seen Myles Garrett's arms?
No, I ain't saying Myles Garrett isn't a physical specimen. Motherfuckers. I mean, you put
his arms are the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Put it like this: probably the best player that was literally called a physical Adonis was T.O. And that motherfucker's still in that same shape. I don't know how. He's Myles Garrett arms are just massive. I mean, look. Okay, perfect example. Look at Jersey Shore. Look at Mike. The Situation. Motherfucker's arms are huge. Mm-hmm. It is what it is, man. Yeah, that Myles Garrett is a large individual. That's definitely true. Pause.
Did we get a Mike the Situation on the Locker Room Rant? I think that's the first Mike the Situation on the Locker Room. Dion brings all kinds of shit to the show, buddy. We fucking love you. All right, switching gears. John. It's John's favorite segment, the hype train.
All aboard!
Fuck.
God damn it. You're the worst conductor ever, bro. Goofy bastard.
Right. Nick, anyone fall off your hype train from last week?
If I said I was kicking the Saints off, the Saints aren't even allowed to even come on the platform. They're done. I will say the Cincinnati Bengals moved up to first class.
Whoa.
They moved up to first class on the hype train.
Okay.
They're 3-1. If you would have said the Cincinnati Bengals were going to be 3-1 to start the season, people would have laughed at you. But
Joe Burrow's proof.
The Bengals are better than people give them credit for. And it's always a lazy argument, and I hate lazy arguments when people say, well, it's just the Bengals. Because people do that with the Browns. They say, well, it's just the Browns. Well, the fact of the matter is it was just the Browns because we didn't have talent. Or we had bad coaching. Now we have good stuff. The Bengals are the same way.
I think we're going to find a lot out about the Bengals this weekend against Green Bay. It's a home game, so Green Bay at home.
I'm not saying they're going to win. I'm not saying they're going to win. But
they could.
But they're not supposed to beat the Packers. The Packers are supposed to be a team that's vying for a Super Bowl. If they can keep that close,
you just gave the Bengals all that praise. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. The Bengals got one of the best little linebackers in the league. I don't remember this dude's name, but they got a young linebacker over there that is balling out of fucking control. This kid is like flat out amazing. Let me look at him real quick. I looked his stats up, and he is not being talked about enough. He's getting done kind of like Fred Warner did when he was balling, and nobody even fucking noticed. But excuse me, this kid. Let me find his name.
Packers have a lot of people. They got some key injuries.
Yo, this kid Logan Wilson, balling, man. He's got 40 tackles, a sack, a TFL, 3 passes defense, 3 interceptions. That kid, yeah, man, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. If you don't know who that kid is, you better get familiar if you ever had to play the Bengals, because he's coming.
If you're going to ask me for who else is on my hype train, I will say the Arizona Cardinals moved up to first class. I feel like they're among the tops in the NFL. I will say the Packers moved up there.
Fuck the Packers.
I will say the Chiefs were disappointing. The Chiefs might be getting off my. They're not off the train. They're not off the train, but they're moving back. They're not in first class anymore. You know
why? Because of the Philadelphia game. That game kept them on board.
Well, they should have lost against the Browns. They did lose against the.
Stop about they should. Stop about they should.
They did lose against the Chargers, and they did lose against
Ravens.
They did lose against the Ravens. They let that game go, and they played the crappy Philadelphia Eagles, who are garbage. They played them, and they only beat them by 12. They let up 30 points against the freaking Eagles, who apparently don't think they need to run the ball anymore.
All right, your hype train's fucking full, buddy. I got news for you.
There's a lot of compartments. There's a lot of shit.
Your hype train's full.
Your fucking train derailed, dog.
Oh, God shit. Damn it. Why does it do this? Son of a bitch. I don't know why it does this. Okay. I'm trying to think who I'd say the San Diego Chargers are now on my hype train.
Los Angeles.
I'd say, I'll tell you what, not impressed. I think I'm taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers off my hype train. I just don't like that. Yeah, you went into New England and it's a Bill Belichick team, shitty weather, but to win by 2 after coming off to that Rams loss, I'm just moving them back a little bit. I don't think they're favorites. I don't see them as favorites to win the Super Bowl anymore. I don't see the Chiefs the favorites to win either. But I'm taking the Buccaneers off my hype train. John, who do you got, buddy?
Well, you guys laughed at me last week when I had Dak himself sitting up there in the front. Now he's going to scoot over just a bit because I'm not bumping him back, and he's being joined with the Arizona Cardinals. As much as it pains me to say,
it's Dak and the Cardinals.
It's Dak.
It's
one COVID partitioned cabin, and then the whole Arizona Cardinals defense.
I tell you what, Dak must be.
Bro, Chandler Jones is out of control right now behind your boy Myles Garrett for 5 sacks in the season. Arizona's a nightmare right now. They're scary. For my sake and my team's sake, I hope that Kyler Murray cannot sustain this kind of success. I hope he stumbles along the way and he regresses. But right now, they're sitting up front, man, on my train.
Think of how lonely Dak has to be. The Arizona Cardinals are in the compartment right next to him, and they're just having a blast.
My fucking train, dude.
They're just having a
sounds
blast.
like the fucking Brady Bunch over there.
They're playing cards, they're playing dice in the corner and stuff, and Dak because they're lonely by himself.
I don't give a damn what he's doing. He could be sitting there. He could just be playing with cards, bro. He could just be playing solitaire for all I care. At the end of the day, I got Arizona on my hype train this week, hands down, guys.
Nick, let's just be thankful that he picked an entire team this week.
Bullshit. It's a fucking train. I should be able to have individual people. I should be able to seat motherfuckers first class. I should be able to put whoever I want on my goddamn hype train.
John,
Nick, you can't fucking criticize, and neither can you, Tony.
you're absolutely right, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for picking a whole team this week. Dion, any teams that you're buying into the hype?
You know, as much as it pains me to say, I'm because they wind up getting injured a lot, and it kind of screws them in the end. But I'm going to go ahead and say the Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh,
on the hype train.
I thought you were going to go Raiders. I thought you were going to go Raiders, bro.
God, no. Yeah, just okay. You know how you guys drop Nick out. If I ever give the Raiders any kind of love on this show, by all means, play that song and kick me right the fuck off. Put me in timeout. Hell no, not giving the Raiders a goddamn thing except for a kick in the ass. Because the Chargers, they just look good. I remember when I picked them to beat the Chiefs, everybody thought I was crazy. Oh, they're not going to be able to beat their divisional opponent. The Chiefs always have problems with the Raiders and the fucking Chargers. This is not nothing new. I would say the Chargers, and then like I said, that kid from Cincinnati, Logan Wilson, man. And then to your point about Chandler Jones had 5 sacks in the first week. He hasn't had shit since. So I'm not too worried about him.
I have not been paying attention.
All those sacks.
No,
I believe
shit.
their first game was Jacksonville, and he went and just destroyed poor Sunshine. And you almost felt bad for him because that's like a welcome to the NFL moment. He got this big, huge, monstrous dude just tackling you every time you snap the ball. He probably had nightmares about Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones was that dude that he wound up getting put in a fishbowl with, and he told him, "I'm gonna hug you tonight. You're going to be my friend."
Oh, giggity.
Exactly.
Izzy just said Tom misses Gronk. I actually.
Oh, yeah, he does. That's his boy. They're good friends, and they have great chemistry on the field.
People don't realize what a monster Gronk is.
Oh.
Gronk is a monster. He's like, for his size, he's incredibly athletic.
I cannot argue with that.
And he's like 6'7", and he has great hands, and he's great route runner. Like, Gronk is a monster, and he can demolish you if you try to come tackle him if you're a cornerback. Like, this guy he's in my opinion the best tight end ever.
You can't argue it, Nick. I can agree with you, bro. He is a specimen, man. That dude is nasty. And they complement one another, right? I mean, what better way, Dion, Tony, to come out of retirement, win a Super Bowl with your boy? It's amazing. It's awesome. It's a hell of a story. Why not? Fuck it. I love Gronk with Tom. They make a perfect pair. And Tom does look a bit out of sync without him. There's no doubt about that. That's a good point, is.
And they have fun. That's the whole point.
And they have fun.
They didn't like when they said what they said about Bill Belichick.
They have fun now.
Yeah, when they said what they said about Bill Belichick, they weren't lying. Like when everybody gave Kendrick Bourne shit for saying that they work harder in New England than we do over at the 49ers, I wasn't upset about that. Patriots are a very, very strictly run organization. Yeah, we're a little bit more loose over here with 49ers, but I wasn't mad about that. It was the fucking truth. When you go play for the Patriots, Bill Belichick's going to ride your ass. If he cussed out Tom Brady, what makes you think he won't cuss out you? Is what it is.
We actually have a good Thursday night game this week.
Yes.
Where is
Touchdown Seahawks!
All right, Rams going to Seattle. The Rams are -1.5 point favorites. Who you like, Nick?
I'm picking the Rams. I think the Seahawks have a lot of deep holes in their team. Their offensive line's terrible. Their offense, with the exception of their offensive line, is not bad. It's actually very good. They got some good skill players, but their defense is also kind of Swiss cheese too. The Rams are a complete team. I think they go into Seattle and win.
Johnny?
Nick, what did you say? You're taking the Rams and the 1.5?
Yeah. If it's 1.5, I'm always just going to take the team.
It's kind of crazy though that like after all the holes in the secondary, I mean, I guess the secondary is not terrible right now because what is that? That what's his name?
Jamal.
No, not Jamal.
Quandre Diggs.
Andre Diggs. Isn't he right now interception leader right now or something? Got five or six right now.
The other Diggs from Dallas is the leader.
From Dallas. Yeah, he's the leader.
Okay. I was listening. I heard the wrong Diggs. All right. Anyway, I'm taking the Rams because I believe San Francisco was beating up that entire offensive line. We were getting to Russell and we were bringing him down, man, and we could not. The offense, man, the offense just let the defense down, man. They gave them opportunity after opportunity, bro, and they couldn't capitalize. And I think the Rams are going to take advantage of it. They're gonna feast on Russell, and I got the Rams.
So Nick with the Rams, John with the Rams, Dion.
It's hard to win up there with that 12th man. Truthfully, it is.
That's the only thing that gives me some type of hesitancy.
Yeah, that gives you a little bit of hesitancy because the 12th man it's real. But I'm gonna go with the board here, and I'm gonna roll with the Rams. The only reason being is because they have a more complete offense. And to be honest with you, as much as I hate him, and if I ever meet him in real life, I'll punch him in the mouth just for the shit he does to my team. Cooper Kupp is fucking amazing. That kid is just he's insane.
Can't argue that.
He's a really, really good receiver. And like I said, if I ever met him, I'd punch him in the mouth and then buy him a drink just because he's an amazing receiver, but I don't like what he does to my Niners.
Yeah, I'm going with you guys. I'll be the fourth one to do the clean sweep for the Rams. I like the Rams -1.5. I think they'll beat them by a touchdown. And it has nothing to really do with the Rams offense. I'm really looking at Jalen Ramsey. DK Metcalf is out of the game. Bye. It's all about Mr. Lockett. Everything's going to have to go to Lockett or this Swain kid.
Swain has stepped up, but is Lockett still injured?
No. When Ramsey is on you, you better look somewhere else. You better look somewhere else because that motherfucker is the truth, boy. So clean sweep there. Jets versus the Falcons. This is a shit game here, boy. But
both teams won.
Both teams won. No, actually they didn't, and we're gonna have to send Nick to the penalty box.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
Oh, both teams won. You fucking idiot. No, they didn't actually, Nick. The Jets Falcons lost. Jesus. Dion, who you like in this game with the spread?
Both these teams really suck ass. It's like hard to choose when both teams suck. But to be honest with you, fuck it, man. I'm going to take Salah. Jets, Jets. Let's go, Salah. Get yourself another win, baby.
Jets 2 wins in a row, says Dion. How about you, John?
Man, this is a tough one, man. I needed to pick a team for my Survivor League, and I was thinking about this matchup, man. And I just don't know if I want to put all my eggs in one basket on Atlanta. At Atlanta, I'm going to take Atlanta to cover too. I'm going to take Atlanta.
So, Survivor, Week 5. You can't find any better matchup.
I can, but once you pick a team, you can't use that team again. So I try to knock off all of these the lesser teams and try to sort through. But I've already got 2 strikes, bro, because I got beat. I took the Jets beat Tennessee. God damn it, Havoc. What the hell? You've been going on and on and on about Tannehill and all this shit, and they blew it to the Jets, bro. I picked Tennessee.
They didn't have Julio. They didn't have AJ Brown.
That wasn't
for that. They hadn't even one of their starting receivers.
You should still be able to win, bro.
No, Nick, you can't say shit, Nick, because the Browns lost to the Jets last year, and you said it's because they had no fucking wide receivers. The same fucking thing happened to Tennessee.
No, we had no wide receivers.
Either did they.
We were just missing our top 2 wide receivers. We had
zero. Oh, no, yeah, I think they were on like the backups.
We had to bring in players we had to bring in players from like the CFL. Okay.
You
can't they basically pull them up on the street.
Talk shit.
Who do you like in this? Dick?
I like. If I had to go, I'll take the Falcons to cover. I think the Jets are terrible. The Falcons are terrible. The Falcons are just a little better than the Jets at home. I think they'll take it. I think they'll.
Apparently, it's in London. Is that what Havoc said?
Is it in London?
9 a.m. game.
I still think the Falcons are better than the Jets. So I'll take them to cover.
That fucking Cordero Patterson just needs to not.
Hey, that motherfucker, he balling right now.
Doesn't make sense.
He's had a career resurgence there, man.
I'm really kicking myself in the ass for passing him up freaking the waiver wires in fantasy.
It's got to come to an end.
Havoc. I didn't know you guys had 9 guys out. I knew AJ Brown was out. I knew that Julio was out. I just thought that they could at least piece it together and beat the Jets, but apparently not.
No, they weren't going to be able to just run it down with King Henry. There we go, baby. That's right.
I'm taking the fucking Jets. Taking Zach Wilson and whoever the fuck else they have. A shitty ass team.
Oh, shit.
I'll tell you what, Jameis Crowder looked good. The dickhead they got from Tennessee looked good. Their running backs look shitty though. Coleman looks shitty so far. The rookie looks shitty, but I'm taking the Jets. Fuck them, just because I hate Atlanta. Okay. Packers -3.5 to Knicks. Cincinnati Bengals. Who you got, Nick?
Packers. Packers to cover. I think the Packers are. Listen, I think the Bengals are getting better, but I think the Packers are a top echelon team, and I think they'll. Week 1 was a fluke. I think the Packers will win this game comfortably.
Win this game comfortably. Dion?
I'm going to roll with my dog, Melissa. Cincinnati, baby. Joe Burrow going to go ahead and give Aaron Rodgers a little ass whooping. He going to need to go back to Jake from State Farm and get himself some more fucking insurance. Bengals. Let's go.
Dion, your audio keeps
This is
cutting
my
out.
upset of the week.
We only catch like every other word, but for some reason, I think it's the key words. So we still know what you're talking about. Right? Johnny, who you like?
Bengals, Cincinnati.
Man, I'm trying to pick. I'm debating because the Packers, although they've been scraping them up, they haven't been doing it convincingly. So, and the Bengals seem to be rolling right now, man. At Cincinnati, fuck it. I'm going to take the Bengals in this one. I'm going to take the Bengals. I'm going to roll with everybody. I'm going to roll with Izzy and D right here. I think the Bengals have a shot.
Yeah, I think the Packers have some key guys on defense that are out. One being that corner, Alexander. I say the Bengals. bring it to Cincinnati. Let's go. Let's go, Bengals.
It would be pretty dope if they win.
The only one not picking them is the guy that got them on their fucking hype train.
Because he doesn't want to see anybody in his division do well. Zach Taylor, who was part of the McVay system, seems to have something going on, man. They're rolling and they're doing it well. So
it's no shock to see what they got going on. They got Joe Burrow, they got Jamar Chase. I think they get T. Higgins back this week. Boyd is playing very well. Azuma looked pretty good.
Yeah, he's finding himself somewhere in the middle, top of the middle of tight ends right now.
Their offense is very good, with the exception of their offensive line, who's still getting Burrow killed, and their defense isn't very good, with the exception of a couple players. So,
yeah, like
their defense has been playing really good.
They're still a bad defense.
Okay, so you're going with Packers.
Yes.
Are you sure?
They did just let up 21 points to the Jags. So,
all right. Next one. We got the Lions versus the Vikings. I love that Viking horn for some reason. I almost wish they were my team, just so I could like blow off that Viking horn every morning on game day. John, who you like in this one? Lions versus the Vikings. Vikings minus 7.5.
I'm going to take the Vikings. I like them to cover also. Taking the Vikings.
Nick?
I'm going to take the Vikings to win, but not to cover. I have the feeling that they might, the Lions got beat pretty handily last week. They might come out with a little more fire. The Vikings, their offense had been playing good up until last week. I just think they're probably going to underestimate the Lions. I feel like that might happen. This is kind of more of a gut feeling thing than anything. I still think they'll win because I don't think the Lions are going to have too many W's in the column. But I just feel like they're going to play tough a lot of weeks. I feel like they're going to be like the Jaguars were last year.
It's a division matchup. You might be right.
So I think I can see the Vikings winning by a touchdown.
Mr. Dion, who you like in this one?
Can y'all hear me a little bit better?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just switched to my phone. Sometimes this laptop acts up. In this one, I'm gonna go with the Vikings. They're gonna go ahead and skull clap that Lion ass. That's probably about as good as it's gonna get.
Man, I like the Vikings. I like the Vikings in this. I think the Vikings are gonna win, but I don't have them covering. I'm with Nick. Those pesky Lions, I can see them being down by 21. Fourth quarter rolls around. All of a sudden, the Vikings are taking it easy. Here come the fucking Lions again. TJ Hawkinson with a touchdown. DeAndre Swift with a touchdown. Next thing you know, they lose by 7 and they cover the fucking 7.5. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Vikings to win. Lions to cover. Nick, you ready for the next one, buddy? Ready for the next matchup?
Yep.
Are you sure?
It was 1950 in the pouring rain when my father took me to my very first game. Said the Browns are going to show you how the game is played. Here we go again.
You know
what? The fuck was that?
No, that's not even the game I'm talking about.
That's what you're getting at. Okay.
That was the worst. That was
Black and yellow. Yeah. You know what it is.
God damn it. Stop doing that. Stop setting him up for that. And he makes that shitty face with that shit grin, and it freaks me out every time.
Black and yellow. Yeah. You know what it is.
John,
I actually think they're probably going to win this week, though.
John, do you realize in life that anything that pisses you off, we beat into the ground until it's no longer fucking funny.
I get it.
Like me and Tony have daily like chats on what we think's gonna piss you off most.
Yeah, but the thing is that Tony can pull off this finger swag. You look like you're trying to like. I don't know. It freaks me out. It freaks me out. You can't sell it.
We'll try to sell it again, Nick.
Black and yellow. Yeah. You know what it
It's the
is.
fucking duck lips. It's the duck lips. Stop doing the duck lips. Just smile, and then you can sell it.
Nick, who you like?
Actually,
A 17-year-old on an Instagram post with those stupid ass your lips all busted up and shit, all plump. Look like you put plumper on them and shit from Victoria's Secret.
Oh, Victoria's Secret.
You know what? I was gonna take the Steelers. I'm actually turning it. I'm gonna take the Broncos.
Nick's got the Broncos. Dion, who you like in this one?
Shit. Is Big Ben still hurt? Because I think he was hurt.
Something.
He's still nursing something. This one's a toss-up here. What's the Broncos' record right now? What are they?
I think they're 3-1, but
They just lost Bridgewater for at least a little bit.
Yeah, because Drew Lock had to come in, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing why I was hesitating. Otherwise, I would have totally took the Broncos all the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Steelers on this one.
Johnny.
Steelers.
Steelers.
Gotta go with the Steelers.
Steelers, Broncos. Yeah, fuck. Steelers at home.
Black and yellow. Yeah. You know what it is.
Stop the duck lips. Stop
Give me
the lips. Not the lips. Stop doing that.
All right, yeah, give me the Steelers. Fuck it. I'm going Steelers. I don't think the Broncos. They have way too many injuries going on right now. I think Steelers can get the job done at home. Next on the slate, we got the Dolphins. Where's the Buccaneers?
Oh shit! Oh god!
Let's start with you, Dion. Dion, who do you like in this one?
Give me that sound one more time.
Oh shit! What I do now?
Yo, Dion, Nick loves dolphins. You know that?
I'm sorry,
That's his-
bro. It gets
That's
me
his favorite
every.
creature of the earth.
My
It gets me.
favorite water.
It gets me every fucking time. And the thing is that was my high school mascot. Was the
Really?
Dolphins. Yes, yeah, high school mascot. Even without Gronk, I'm gonna have to take the Bucks in this one. Take those swashbuckling bastards. They're gonna get the W here.
How about you, Johnny?
I'm taking the Bucks, and I'll take them to cover as well.
Nico.
I'm gonna take the Bucks to cover. I don't think they're gonna let it happen twice in a row.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks too. I would love to. I would love to pick the Dolphins just to play the sound effect again. But I'm gonna pick the Bucks and still play the Dolphins sound because that's what we do here in the Locker Room Rant. I mean, those Dolphins are a mess right now. No Tua. Will Fuller just came back. Will Fuller just left again. He's hurt. Just like Will Fuller does. I don't know, man. I'm going Buccaneers. Huge bounce back game for them. And it's funny because we say bounce back game like they lost last week, but they played so bad that it's going to be a bounce back game.
The weather was terrible too. It's horrible.
You're right.
It rains in Tampa, bro.
This next shit show. Saints -1, basically a pick 'em against Washington football team. Who you like, John?
Man, I'm taking Washington. I like Heineke, and I'm really buying in. Told you guys this from the start. As soon as he got the start, I was an instant fan. I like it. And I really don't know what is going on in New Orleans right now. So I'm taking the Washington football team at home to win.
How about you, Dion?
Yeah, we're gonna go with the Washington football team. Yeah, Washington.
Nico.
I don't know what the hell has happened to the Saints. It makes no sense. Do they have some type of injury that I'm not hearing about?
I mean, not
No,
unless
they
it
just fell
affected
apart.
everyone.
They just fell apart.
Like they just played really good week 1, and then the team just fell apart.
Yeah, they got a good defense, but their offense is still
Makes
suspect
sense.
because Jameis Winston showed who the hell he really was. That's all it is.
But the thing is, like, their
They
defense.
really went out of their way to keep him too. You know that?
Like the Giants.
No, they went out of their way to keep Taysom Hill because I don't know how the fuck Jameis Winston is your starter, but you're paying Taysom Hill like he's a goddamn starter. That makes absolutely no sense.
They are paying Taysom Hill a ton of money.
That fucker vultures some touchdowns and like every week he gets a touchdown somehow. That Taysom Hill, they put him in there for like one fucking play, and he'll vulture a touchdown from Kamara.
Mm-hmm.
Havoc, what are you gonna do with Michael Thomas, bro? Run another slant? The guy's a slant artist, and even that, dude. I mean, he's caused so much trouble for the organization. He's been nothing but a pain in the ass diva. I really don't know that you would change much with Michael Thomas back on the field if he was. I really don't know how much of a threat he really brings.
I'll take. I mean, I've got to take Washington. I mean, the Saints are playing terrible right now.
Nick, that's a great John. That's a great pose for being frozen.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Well, I like it.
You look
it's
horrible.
It looks like I'm pinching one off right now. Hold on a minute.
You look horrified.
Like he just saw Michael Myers or some
Yeah,
shit.
it looks like Michael Myers behind us.
Oh, Dion, I don't know if you know this yet or not, but we got a Halloween episode coming up soon. Your boys are going to be in costume. There'll be a little spooky things going on here and there.
Okay.
You're going to want to make sure you maybe even come on with your boys that night. Bring your little Michael Myers.
man.
Bring your Michael Myers knife that you grabbed in the other episode a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah. Because hey, look, my wife is a big Halloween person, like in general, like just with decorations, all that shit. Sex, Nightmare Before Christmas, all that stuff. Like the house is already literally decorated with Halloween shit. So, yeah, but it's definitely a beautiful thing. I think that Michael Myers is like the greatest fucking killer of all time. I think that bastard. I really do.
Like I feel like him and Jason were the same person.
Nah, not necessarily. I feel like the thing with Michael Myers is the fact that Michael Myers was just unfucking killable. Like this motherfucker's been electrocuted, his head's so-called been cut off. There's been a bunch of shit, but he just doesn't fucking die.
Jason was pretty unkillable.
Yeah, but look at what happened with Freddy versus Jason. You hit him with some fucking you basically put some water around him and turned him into a bitch. Yeah. Basically what happened. Freddy versus Jason. We all saw it.
Like a bitch.
I feel like if I was in water near Jason would still rock me.
Nick, who'd you pick? The Saints or the fucking football team?
I picked Washington.
I'm going Washington too. Now, we got the Eagles.
Fucking birds.
That one gets me like the dolphin gets you guys.
Yeah, it's
For
just
some reason, that stupid eagle. It's like America. Or those Bush Lake commercials. Eagles versus the Panthers. Panthers are -4. Who you like in this one, Dion?
I'll take the Panthers. Yeah,
Nico.
Sam Darnold's been playing out of his mind. So.
Panthers, no doubt. Eagles suck.
Panthers, no doubt. Eagles suck. I think the Eagles are going to put up some points. I think the Panthers are going to put up more. DJ Moore is playing like a man possessed right now. I mean, his numbers are ridiculous this year. DJ Moore. I'm going to go with
Still
the DJ
doing it.
Moore. Going with the Panthers. John, who you like, Panthers or Eagles?
I like the Panthers to cover also.
Panthers.
Sound like a little alligator in here or something. What's going on there?
I think that was burping. My bad. Chicken wings. All right. So next on the docket, we got the Titans and the Jacksonville Quagmires.
Oh, giggity, 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 goo.
I love that name.
Titans -4. Who you like, Nick?
I just don't think the Jags are going to win a game this year. I'm going to have to take the Titans. I'm going to have to take them to cover.
Are they getting Are they getting AJ or Julio back this week?
I don't know, but it doesn't matter. They shouldn't lose to the Jags.
How about what was John? Who do you like?
Am I loud?
Yeah.
Oh, let me fix it. I reset my computer. Hold on. I don't know what happened. Better?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take the Titans to cover.
Titans. How about you, Dion?
Titans. If Julio and AJ are back, aren't back, the Jags might get their first win of the season. And
Really?
old Quack, yeah. I just don't believe in them, man. That's just it doesn't make sense. Like you got to do it, man. If you're gonna do it, you got to giggity it as much as you can.
I hear that.
Oh, giggity, 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 goo.
I'm going Titans. Huge day out of Derrick Henry. I'm going to say over 200 yards. And I think they're just going to fucking run him all day. Titans over the Jags. Next up, Patriots -10 versus the Houston Texans. Who you like in this one, Dion?
Patriots versus the Texans. Yeah, we're gonna go with the Texans, eh? Yeah, I feel like they're going to be a little bit of a better team, eh? Yep, Texans.
What the fuck?
No, I'm just bullshitting. We're going with the fucking Patriots. Seriously. Texans are gonna win shit. They might as well just play Deshaun Watson with all his legal issues. That might actually help them get a goddamn win for a change.
All right, I guess I'll go. I think
We're losing you, Nick. We lost you, pal.
you could possibly lose me.
We did.
No, you didn't.
You're all
Yeah.
frozen, bro.
We can hear you. We just can't.
That's worse than mine. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened, pal. We can hear you, though. Go ahead.
All right. So I feel like the Texans just can't get it done. I feel like they just can't get it done with Davis Mills. I feel like they're going to keep it closer. I feel like the Patriots are going to win, but they're not going to cover the 10.
Okay. You're gonna have to do something with your visuals because you look like an old Godzilla movie
pick
with
'em
the
out.
lips, the words aren't matching up to the mouth and shit. Patriots versus the Texans. Jeez Louise. I think 10's a lot of points for that team, but shit, man. Watching the Texans last week, closely watching the Texans as they took on the Bills, they don't look like they're ready to take on anybody, let alone a Bill Belichick defense. I'm going to go with the Patriots minus the 10. And
There we go.
we got
The Bears. The Bears versus the Raiders.
The thing is,
Shuffling on down, doing it for you.
Bears versus
Oh, I love that shit.
who you like in this one, Dion?
I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bears. Yeah, give me the Bears.
Dion likes the Bears.
The Bears.
I good?
John. Yeah,
Better.
John, who you like?
I like the Raiders in this one, man.
John likes the Raiders. Nick?
I'm gonna go with the Bears.
Okay.
Just even. There's no spread on this.
Nick is really sold on the Bears. Like, this guy is like a closet Bears fan. Like, he has nothing but good things to say about them. He keeps referring back to their playoff appearance last season. I cannot trust Matt Nagy. I don't believe in Nagy at all. And I believe that he's going to be the reason that Justin Fields has like poor development. I just don't buy into this shit.
Yeah, but here's the thing about the Bears, though.
Nagy was on the hot seat going into last game.
Yeah, but I don't think based on wins and losses he should have been. And I don't think Charles Nagy's a great coach. I think Charles Nagy's a great pitcher. He was a great
fuck is Charles
in the 90s.
That's how they refer to him as Charles.
But he is not that great of a coach. That being said, they have a good defense. They have a very good defense. They're
not really. I mean, it's not what it used to be. Kyle Fuller's gone, so they don't have him in the secondary anymore. He was basically.
They're still good. Roquan Smith's a star. Their defensive line is really good. Their secondary is approachable a little bit. They're not shut down, but their defense is good enough to win games. They beat the Bengals, and they just won this week. So,
Who the fuck do you like, Bears or Raiders?
I like the Bears. I think the Raiders are fool's gold. I don't think they're as good. I don't think they're as good as everyone thinks they are.
So David Montgomery's out. I think that's a huge hit. They got Damian Williams coming in as his backup. I'm worried. I think the Raiders can get after him with Crosby and Nassib up front. I'm gonna say the Raiders handle business at home, beat the Bears. Yes, I picked.
Raiders. I love that shit. Raiders.
Next game. Next game.
That's for you. That's for you, Nick.
Oh,
all right. Next game up.
Here we go again. It's the Cleveland Browns and it's first and 10.
You didn't do the remix, but that's okay.
I don't like to do everything. I like to keep you guys guessing when I'm going to do it.
All right, we got the Browns Chargers, and the reason I don't have spread on these games is because I did it real early this morning. I put the banners together, and they didn't have spreads yet for these games, so I don't know what the spreads are for them. But who you like in this one, Nick? Browns Chargers.
So I'm going to pick the Browns, but I will say this.
Surprise.
I feel like this is the game where you're gonna be able to tell whether the Browns are Super Bowl contenders or not. If they can go in the Chargers Stadium and beat the Chargers, a team that's ascending right now, a team that a lot of people think has Super Bowl aspirations right now. We're not talking preseason, we're talking right now. I think the Browns are going to be talked about in that regard. We go in and destroy the Bears. People say, "Oh, well, Justin Fields is playing. It's his first game, and Nagy didn't do a good offensive scheme, and he should be fired." And then all of a sudden,
Myles Garrett and a rookie. Myles Garrett. It was a Myles Garrett show.
And the Vikings, people were saying, "Oh, Zimmer needs to get fired. How dare they let the Browns come in?" But you know what? The Browns are for real, and they're going to prove it this Sunday against the Chargers.
When Joey Bosa comes around and kills him, just pancake packs this dude into the ground.
You really have to have a lot of concentration to do that.
You're incredible at it. I don't know how you get those words out.
It's almost like you got to split your mind up.
John, who do you like in this, Browns or Chargers?
The Chargers at SoFi Stadium. I just that when Joey Bosa is nasty.
It's hard to go cross country though.
I just feel like Baker showed us last game that he's too inconsistent and he's not. He just doesn't. He's not. I'm never going to be sold on Baker Mayfield until he puts together something impressive, and I'm just not impressed yet. I feel like the pass rush from the Chargers is going to be a lot for him, and if he can overcome that, I may bring something better to say about him next week.
Okay. Dion, who you like in this?
I'm gonna go with my guys that have put on the hype train. Go Chargers. Yep, old Justin Herbert there.
Chargers
going to be a problem.
I think this is going to be the Sunday game of the week. I'm excited to see these two teams play. I think this is a preview of what we could possibly see in the playoffs. I like these two teams, and I'm excited for this one. I'm going to go. Shit.
Let's go with the Chargers, man. Just do it. Go with the Chargers. You know you want to. You just want to piss Nico off. Go with the Chargers, man. Come on. It's okay.
It is hard to go across the country, though. I will say that.
Yeah,
that much is true.
Let me go with the Chargers.
I did, Izzy. I did not actually see the presser, but I remember reading or hearing that he was pissed off about a no hold call. Or a no call on a hold, and then he went nuts on the referees and something about Derek Carr. What, he didn't buy into Derek Carr? Or he wasn't buying in on the hype or something.
Don't say that.
No. I'm pretty sure that Joey Bosa he had a presser that made headlines.
Giants Cowboys big division game. Cowboys coming off
that would be
win.
Nuts, Havoc. That would be crazy. That's a Super Bowl contender.
They'd be better. I think Herbert's a better quarterback than Baker. Right?
Higher ceiling right now.
I just think he's a better quarterback. I don't think it's necessarily higher ceiling. I think he's better right now.
There's probably 28 teams you could say. Could you imagine that team with Herbert?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
He would probably.
Could you imagine Herbert with the Titans? They'd be better. Could you
Herbert
imagine Herbert on the
49ers?
49ers? They'd be better. I mean, Josh Allen, I still think is probably. I think he's right up there with Herbert.
Nick, who you like in this one?
Cowboys. I think the Giants overplayed last week. They're not going to do that again. Giants suck.
Johnny?
I'm going to take the Cowboys and to cover.
Dion?
In the words of old Jimmy Johnson, how about them Cowboys?
Man, I wish I had the sound effect. But I can't find it, man. I'll take the Cowboys, and I'll tell you what sound effect I do have.
Shit.
Okay. The Feast of the Resistance. The 49ers versus the Cardinals. Cardinals minus 5.5. John, actually, Nick, who you like?
I'm picking the Cardinals to win. I can't believe the spread's this close, actually.
Give me a fucking break.
Cardinals are one of the best teams in the league. This is no detriment to the 49ers. I just think the Cardinals are going to win, and they're going to win big.
Maybe with Jimmy, if Jimmy was maybe this is lower because Trey Lance brings an 11-on-11, so to speak, matchup here, pal. Maybe the mobility of Trey Lance. I mean, I do agree with him, Nick, Dion, actually, that the spread is a little lower than I thought. Maybe 7.5. Maybe even I wouldn't even be surprised if they took 10.5 after last week's matchup. Huh?
If they would have said 7.5, I think you would have been all right.
I'm going as far as 10.5 and nothing more.
John, just a little volume, just a tad too high. Dion, who you like in this?
I I'm going to do this, and I know this is probably going to be the shittiest thing to do. If Jimmy G starts, I'm taking the Cardinals. If Trey Lance starts, I'm taking the 49ers. Sorry, that's the only way I can fucking do it. It's the only way I can do it because I don't want Jimmy on the goddamn field. Kyle needs to stop loving him and hugging and holding on to him, doing all that shit. He just needs to let it fucking go already. And I feel like he doesn't even care, man. I think he's so busy trying to just love on Jimmy and hold on to him, and he's just giving him head and everything. It's horrible.
So can we talk about this? I feel like we need to get this we bypassed this. I feel like we need to talk about this. So we said we were going to have some questions for the 49er faithful.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think, first of all, I'm going to say this. I think Jimmy G.
Wait, do we have any other matchups to cover?
Yeah, let's do
Let's
that.
come back to this.
Let's cover that. Let's get back to it. So Dion, you take. Do we all pick somebody in there?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick the Cardinals. Bills versus Chiefs. Chiefs are -2.5. Nick, who do you like?
I like the Bills. I see no reason why the Chiefs beat the Bills.
I agree with
Dion?
Nick.
Buffalo. Josh Allen has been fantastic for me in fantasy. And plus, I just like to see Patrick Mahomes lose with his Kermit the Frog voice ass.
Johnny, who
with
you
you
like?
guys, I'm taking Buffalo, man. I think the panel can believe this. The panel can agree, man, that we want Buffalo.
Bills fucking Mafia, baby.
Izzy takes Buffalo. I'm sure Havoc takes Buffalo. Let's take Buffalo, fam. Everyone.
Definitely Buffalo. Colts and Ravens. Ravens -7. This is a Monday night, I believe. Who you like, John?
I'm not seeing a damn thing out of Indy right now. I'd like the Ravens to cover also.
Are they 2-2? Colts? Are they one and three? I thought they won 2 in a row.
No, they're 1-3.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're sneaky over there, Havoc. I thought you would be on this, man. What do you mean they haven't played a good team yet? Whatever. Let's take that up with Tony.
I agree with Havoc. I don't think the Bills played anyone. They played a bunch of backups. They played the shitty Pittsburgh Steelers and lost. They played the Miami Dolphins, and they knocked what's his nuts out of the game, and Brissett came in, so they had to deal with Brissett.
Mister, I sprained both my ankles. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, but you know what?
Washington football team. The Washington.
So it's been like
team.
6 preseason games. Is that what you're saying, bro?
Yeah, but they've
Pretty much
destroyed those teams.
That doesn't matter if you play in shitty teams. You haven't.
They're still an NFL team. Like
they're not going to fucking. How about this? They're not going to destroy the Chiefs. They're not going to. They're not going to destroy the Chiefs. Okay,
No, they've got a Tony. The what did Nick? What did you say Philly put up on them?
30.
Yeah, like dude, you guys have blown out a team by leaps and bounds. I say the Buffalo Bills have a great chance of winning. I'll give you a prediction. 31-21. I think the Bills win.
I think it's going to be like
I just saw on TV. I just saw on TV that
I think it's going to be a high scoring game.
I just saw on TV that Pau Gasol announced his retirement, and I was like, "Didn't Pau Gasol fucking retire like 6 years ago?"
Maybe everyone.
This guy.
Maybe everyone
watching the classic channel.
You know, Udonis Haslam still is considered a player in the league.
Yeah, I think they re-signed him to another 1-year deal. He's got like gray hair and shit. He don't even fucking look like he belongs.
Udonis Haslam's been playing since the 90s.
He got into a game last year for like 1 minute, took one shot, made it. Or I think he took 2 shots. 2 shots, made 2 shots, and that was it. Then he got ejected from the game for a technical foul.
Wow.
The fuck?
Jesus. Bro, we were just talking basketball, so I'm like, you know what? I want to see what the Cavs did in preseason. The Bulls beat them 131-95.
We knocked the shit out of that ass. We fucked you guys up.
That's
I
up
was
to
so
you,
happy.
bro. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The moves the Bulls have made in the offseason as far as upgrading their team, it's fucking amazing.
That's exciting for you guys.
It's definitely we are definitely at least a playoff team at a bare
Well,
fucking minimum, bro.
Wait a minute. What the Jalen Smith? Isn't he good? The Cowboys linebacker?
Yeah, but I think they said they were parting ways with him or something, right?
Yeah, what the fuck's that all about?
No.
Wow.
Broke the fucking bank.
Okay, so Colts Ravens. I'm taking the I'll take the Ravens. John?
Ravens to cover.
Dion?
Ravens.
Nick?
I don't want to take them because they have the easiest goddamn schedule in the league. So
Heck!
I gotta take the Ravens to cover, but I don't want to.
Give us a quick analysis on why you want to take the Ravens.
Because the Ravens haven't played anyone other than the Chiefs, and the Chiefs underperform. And they're not as good as their defense was cheese. And Lamar Jackson keeps getting lucky and lucky and lucky every week. And I can't take it. They have to start playing somebody good. And if they play the Browns are going to freaking destroy them. They're the biggest fools. They're even bigger fool's gold than the Raiders are. And obviously, because the Raiders beat them.
All right,
Okay, Bayless, tell us how you really feel, bro.
Do we get to the could you either, or should we dive into 49ers talk?
Let's dive into
the Niners talk. Let's cover this because you guys are waiting to get a reaction. Let's do it. Let's get it out of the way.
I don't like that you have backup on the show tonight. First of all, we initially thought this was going to be.
I got backup on the show. I got backup in the chat. I have backup, bro. I brought all my goddamn friends to the table.
We initially thought it was going to be a 2-on-1 ass whooping, but then you brought Dion as backup, and now it's tied 2-2. So
brought in the secret assassin there.
We just have some questions.
Okay. What are your questions?
All right, you know what? You ask me, you ask Dion. We'll give you separate answers. This way, he and I don't start yelling over each other and get all theatrical and shit. Because I can feel my blood pressure already.
So, I just think it's the craziest thing. For a team that just went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. And they still have a decent amount of those pieces left. And they're expected to be really good. Uh-huh. They're expected to be a really good team. And you guys in the draft, you guys pick 12th, which is not a shitty pick. You guys pick, is it 12th or 13th? I'm pretty sure it's 12th.
12th.
Right?
12.
Okay, so you guys pick 12th, which is not a shitty pick. You can get a good quarterback. If you really wanted to go that far, you can get a good quarterback at that position. You guys trade that first rounder, next year's first rounder, and the year after's first rounder. And not to mention, you even trade a third round pick. To trade up to get a developmental quarterback, and with your second pick, you get an offensive guard that wasn't supposed to go until the third round with an early second round pick. That to me is one of the most psychotic draft strategies of all time.
Okay, that was like the most ridiculous diatribe I've ever heard in my life. Like I was waiting for the Benny Hill music to come on. Okay, bro, look. I get it. Everybody has their quarrels and their qualms with what we did and how we went about going ahead and drafting Trey Lance. I get it. Let me tell you something. There's nothing developmental about Trey Lance. Trey Lance is the fucking truth, and he's better than Baker fucking Mayfield.
Right now, I see Trey Lance is not better than Baker Mayfield right now. Right now, I see Trey Lance Hurd.
You see Trey Lance is what?
Jalen Hurts. I see Jalen
Wow.
Hurts.
The disrespect.
He can throw a long ball, but I don't think he has pocket presence at all. He can run a little bit. But
That'll develop over time, but he's not an actual developmental quarterback. I feel like Trey Lance is way better than that. I honestly feel like it was a situation where they did what they had to do, but Kyle's finding a way to fuck this up. Anyway,
I think Jimmy gets disrespected an awful lot.
Nick, hold on a minute.
Jimmy is fucking hot garbage.
I will side with you in one respect regarding Baker and Lance. Trey Lance right now is still wet behind the ears, bro, and he shows some happy feet in the pocket. He's not as comfortable back there, D, right now as Baker. Baker is calm and poised in the pocket. I'll say that. As far as arm talent, Baker throws one of the nicest balls I've seen. He throws a tight spiral, and everyone knows I respect a nice spiral. All right. But once Trey Lance does iron out these wrinkles, man, he's going to be able to, he's going to be good. He's still better than Jimmy now. So I don't give a shit. I'm not going to take Trey and put him against anybody in the league. I'm not going to compare him to anyone in the league right now because they've had more time than he has. And that's not fair. Even if it's Jalen Hurts, I don't care if it's Tua. I'm not comparing him to anyone right now. Let him get his reps. Let him finish out the season. If, in fact, he plays lights out against Arizona,
We'll see.
I'm not taking and comparing him to anyone right now. It hasn't been fair for him yet. Kyle owed it to him to give him more reps and to get him into games a lot more than he did. Bringing him in on 3rd and 20 and some bullshit is never going to fucking pass for me. Never. You give Trey enough time. Now, when I saw him in the Seattle game, it was a lot of like backyard football. D, you admit, right? I mean, he was running around. He was trying to make plays, and he managed to put it together, man. I mean, I loved it. It was phenomenal. But I do not want to see the 3rd pick running around like that against Arizona. I do not want to see him get injured like that. I want him to trust the pocket, and I want him to get comfortable there. That's my only concern. But fuck that. Trey Lance should have the start from here on out. I don't give a damn. I'm ready as a 49er fan to take my bumps and bruises and grow with Trey. I don't give a shit. I'm ready. I'm ready to grow with Trey.
Jimmy is a quarterback who, while he's not very sexy in terms of playing football. He is.
So Nick's like, he's sexy anyway. He's
sexy the sexy motherfucker that Jimmy Garoppolo. No, while he's not, he doesn't give you the deep throws and all that stuff. He is a guy who has a winning record and accolades to prove it. He's been to a Super Bowl. He has a very good record in terms of wins and losses. He seems like the type of guy who's able to manage a game very well. I think he is essentially Baker Mayfield. And I think you can win with Baker Mayfield. What did the Browns do? They had Baker Mayfield. What did they do? They went in the draft and they got a bunch of players who can help. You guys didn't help yourself with this draft one bit for this year.
No, we did not. I agree.
Maybe next year, Trey Lance is good. You can claim it as a success. But for this year, it's not helping you at all. Aaron Banks isn't playing with your 2nd round pick. You guys talk a lot about your 5th rounders, and they might be good players, but you're never going to expect a 5th rounder to be amazing. And you're never going to expect a 5th rounder to be even be a guy who you want starting. Maybe down the road. But you can't.
But we've gotten lucky as of right now, and we're doing all right.
And then you got to expect your luck to run out eventually.
Let me ask you this, John. When the Green Bay Packers took Jordan Love last year in the draft, did you think that was
2 years ago, right?
Yeah. Did you think that was a good pick?
No, absolutely not.
Stupid,
but I know
right?
You're comparing this to the Aaron Banks pick, right?
No, I'm not. Do you think it was a good pick?
No.
It was the Green Bay Packers were a team that were on the cusp of going to a Super Bowl, and they used their number one pick to take a position that they already had solidified, right?
Yeah, but it was bad. It was bad. There was bad blood in the water, bro. Like it wasn't. It's not a healthy relationship even right now. It's just I don't know what they were doing. I don't know if they knew that Rodgers wanted out eventually, so they wanted to draft someone who in college was successful. So they thought let's spend the capital. We'll take Love. We'll develop him in the next few years. And they probably saw the writing on the wall that Rodgers was going to leave next year, right? By then they had hoped to develop Love, but I mean, it was a bad pick.
Do you think personally it was a good pick or a bad pick?
It was a bad pick.
On a team that was on the cusp of going to a Super Bowl. They had Super Bowl aspirations. They take Jordan Love when they already have the quarterback position solidified with Aaron Rodgers. They take Jordan Love with what was it, a 20-something pick?
22nd or like 23rd pick, yeah.
22nd. Now imagine that pick if the Packers traded up to number 3 and gave up the next 3 rounds, next 3-year first rounds. How stupid that pick
next
would
2-year first rounders. And a third-round pick of that year.
I can understand why you guys see this. You see, it's frustrating for 49er fans because we know the deficiencies. Now, as outsiders who don't follow the Niners, Niner fans are going to critique you guys and be like, you guys don't know because you don't know. It's not.
You guys don't know.
I mean,
maybe you guys. Maybe.
But we do
know.
The 49ers play. We can see how good Jimmy is and how good he isn't.
Listen, I watch.
Okay, 49ers. So if you see how good he isn't, then why? Then you let me ask you this, Nico. Do you think that we should be starting Jimmy Garoppolo or Trey Lance?
I mean, at this point in time, we might as well start Trey Lance because that's what you got. But I don't.
No, not I might as well.
You agree? Okay. You know that we can do the same with Trey that we can do with Jimmy.
I'll put it in this way: if you were the head coach, who's your starter?
If I'm trying to win right now.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Wow. That shows that you don't watch 49er games.
I mean,
have you? Okay, I'll give you a prime example. Let me give you a prime example.
The stats don't always
numbers. How many times you win a game means shit unless you're actually winning those fucking games. Jimmy Garoppolo isn't winning those games. And let me tell you this: it's really simple. If you look at the last game, what did our defense do? We shut down Seattle all of the first half. It wasn't until the final waning minutes of the first half that they actually got to score. And that was on Russell beating Javon Kinlaw, which we all knew Kinlaw was never going to catch him. But he tried, and God love him for trying, but he knew that wasn't going to happen. He probably pulled a hamstring trying to chase that motherfucker. But at the end of the day, the defense had them go 3 and out 5 times. We had 7 points, and that was with Jimmy Garoppolo on the field. Halftime comes in. Trey Lance is on the field. What do we get out of Trey Lance? Lots of points. We get ball movement. The run game becomes more dynamic. There's a reason that you draft a kid and you give up the capital you did to go get him because he's better than what you currently have. That's just basically it.
I think when the Seahawks had a big enough lead, they felt like they could take the pedal off the gas a little bit and just lock up.
I don't think that's what it was.
Pete Carroll is not wired that way, bro. He doesn't do that,
no.
Especially in a rivalry division matchup.
Not for SC. Hell no. Pete Carroll's like, fuck that.
I mean,
Pete Carroll's trying to kill you.
I've tried to explain to you over and over again that Jimmy's deficiencies are masked by the system. Shanahan devises, he designs these plays to he has to coach to his quarterback's strengths, and those strengths are not very impressive. I told you that he can't throw the ball deep. I mean, you want to get me worked up, bro, and it's fine. I'll go there, bro. Like, Brandon Ayuk is not getting the ball because Jimmy can't fucking throw the ball to match the route. He can't reach Ayuk, bro. Ayuk's got to draw the defense, draw the secondary. He's got to draw coverage and spread the fucking defense so that Jimmy can get these piss poor throws in the center of the fucking field. And they're not very far, dude. They're like 15 yards. It's shit. Or it's a fucking screen that he can't throw, and he can't even put the ball in the motherfucker's numbers, dude. He's putting it up in the air. He almost got George Kittle fucking killed. Did you see that?
Yeah,
It's always his accuracy is fucking garbage, Nick. Outside of 15 yards, but you're just feeding off the stats.
There's got to be some. I hear 49ers shit on Jimmy all the time. There's got to be something the guy does well, because every time I hear
he runs the 2-minute drill,
he doesn't have a good arm.
He can run the 2-minute drill. He
doesn't have a good arm. He's not
that much is true.
He can die. He can QB sneak. He might be the best QB sneaker in the fucking league.
He doesn't have a good arm. He's not accurate. He makes stupid decisions. How does this guy continue to win games if he's like that? How did Belichick?
Because our defense 9 times out of 10 is the one that actually does it, and he schemes up shit to make him look good. Belichick wanted them for what? If he's seeing what he, hold on, I think he's calling timeout.
Yeah, I need a 20-second timeout just to say there was one thing I forgot to mention for the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs today promoted Josh Gordon to their active roster.
Active roster, yep. He did sign with him. I love that shit. That's definitely it, because that's what he does.
When John was going on his last rant, I just remember that scene in what's that movie with Jack Nicholson and Adam Sandler?
Anger
Management. I told you not to go there. I told you not to go there.
I mean, you guys, I can't. I don't know how to make it clear. I guess go on YouTube and try to find a Jimmy G highlight reel where somebody tries to point out his deficiencies. Because if you could see them, there are quarterbacks in the league that can make chunk plays, bro. I mean, they can get right into a shootout with the best of them, right? Jimmy can't win a shootout. So if they stack the box and take away the run, then they don't force Jimmy. They're forcing Jimmy to throw the ball deep, and he can't do it.
I just got a question. I got a question, though. Did you have hopes of winning a Super Bowl this year?
No, I don't. I don't go that far, Tony. I want to go to the Super Bowl, but I mean, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. I like to go week by week, bro. I like to assess my team week by week, because if you notice, being a 49er fan and all the injuries that we've sustained in the past few seasons, it's really hard to get your expectations and aspirations high. I mean, I just want to win week by week. I want to break it down. We are a very ugly 2-2. It's just ugly right now. And I want to know what's going on, and I really want to iron out those wrinkles. And if Trey Lance gives us a better chance to stay in games with his legs and his arm, then so be it. But Shanahan has to devise a damn good scheme and build up a game plan for Trey. And he's got to tailor make that to Trey. And
instead of something for Jimmy, because Jimmy ain't going to do shit. And I got to be honest with
you. Exactly. And I got to be honest with you, that having that opportunity and taking it to Arizona it's scary, but it's a fucking good. It'll be amazing if Trey outperforms my expectations and most of our expectations, because I'm a Trey Lance supporter. I want to see him on the field. I'm done with the Jimmy G era. I can't do it anymore. I know that his deficiencies are what hold my team back. Shanahan has an offensive scheme that cannot ever be fucking expanded with Jimmy. We just can't do anything we want to do with Jimmy. We gotta trick everybody and get Debo out on the sideline for this little. Was that Trey actually?
If Jimmy is throwing, it's either in the middle of the field or at the flat. If you stop either one of those, you stop Jimmy Garoppolo, and that's how simple and easy it is. And that's the big issue.
I am a Browns fan.
So why the fuck didn't they go out and get someone?
Because they tried.
On the hook for $27 million.
Bro, we tried everybody. We tried going to get Matthew Stafford. We tried going to get Aaron Rodgers. We tried. We even entertained Tom
keep
Brady,
going.
bro.
Keep going.
Like, we
something.
tried our ass off to go get anybody we fucking could. When we went to Aaron Rodgers, Matt LaFleur laughed in our face like, you must think I'm fucking stupid to give you my quarterback. Fuck out of here with that shit. When we
Jerry,
when we went for who was it? When we went for, God damn it, his name escapes me. When we went for Matt Stafford, what happened? Stafford was a situation where it was like, hey man, look, you basically are
we were late to the party.
You were late to the party. They basically was saying, look, man, he was like, I'm already hanging out over here with Sean, man. I can't fuck with you. And next thing you know, boom, there it is. So it
by the
kicks
time
you square in the
Shanahan could
ass,
even entertain
man.
that shit, they had already agreed. I think that was already a done deal.
Yeah, that was a done data, man.
When we wanted to pitch, so we missed out on Stafford, and I'll tell you guys something. Had we landed Stafford, we would have never have traded all that
we
capital
wouldn't have traded
to come
up. Yeah, we'd have been fine because we would have just held on to him
but nobody
for that
wants
time
Jimmy.
frame.
What do you guys think Jimmy's worth? What would you Philadelphia, Washington. What would you guys do if you were the GMs? What would you offer for Jimmy?
If I was any of those GMs, why would I give you anything for Jimmy? I'll just wait till he gets cut.
Okay.
Okay, so if you wait until he gets cut, then why are you sitting here telling us that Jimmy's a great quarterback? He's not worth anything.
It's obviously the 49ers don't want to do. He's not in their future.
We know that.
What I'm saying is that if it were me, and listen, I'm a Browns fan.
Okay.
You guys are 49ers fan. You guys are 2 years separated from a Super Bowl berth. My team's never gone to the Super Bowl. But I expected the Browns, if they did the right moves, that they were going to be a Super Bowl contending team. Don't tell me you guys didn't expect the 49ers to be a Super Bowl contending team before the season started. Because
we definitely did.
Even
I told you we were plus 1,400.
Even
plus
Vegas
1,400 with you.
Even Vegas had them as the sixth best chance at reaching the Super Bowl. They were 2 above my Browns, which I had a little problem with.
Yeah, and it wasn't based on Jimmy Garoppolo, bro.
No, but it was based on the whole team together, including Jimmy Garoppolo. It surely wasn't based on Trey Lance.
It's predicated on the run game.
If your team, and I feel like your team was 75% the way there. Why not stick with your quarterback who has proven he can get you there and draft other good players and shore up those spots
because he can't get us over the top.
Do you not remember the past trade that we can do with Jimmy?
Super Bowl?
He
can't do it.
Ceiling.
Instead of the Browns drafting Greg Newsome, you guys draft Greg Newsome. You guys had the higher pick. Instead of
we're not going to argue you about the Aaron Banks trade. We're not going to argue about any of that shit. We know that the Niners may or may not have fucked up, but you got to remember, I told you this already. They're asking Aaron Banks to change sides of the offensive line, and you don't understand that. You just think because you played on the left side, you should be able to play on the right side, or if you played on the right side, you should be able to change over and play on the left side. It doesn't fucking work like that.
Doesn't work like that at all.
That doesn't help you this year, and it may never help you because Aaron Banks may never be good.
Hold on, Havoc. I don't know why they turned down. I don't know why they turned down Brady. To be honest with you, I don't have the answer for that. And frankly,
I don't know. That makes no sense. I would have taken Tom too. I mean, you're asking 2 Niner fans that would not have turned that away. I mean, we're as confused as everyone else. We don't understand. But I'm going to tell you something, guys. You guys keep looking at Jimmy G's numbers, and I get it. And Jerry over here says that the dink and dunk plays help the defense rest, and he's partially right to that. And I'm not saying you're wrong, Jerry, but at the end of the day, Jimmy G cannot break off big plays. So we have to do it's just we can't as a team. Tony, you said it yourself, Tony. Why the fuck are you guys doing jet sweeps and screen passes? And I told you we can't attack downfield. We just fucking can't.
Just let me talk for a second. My eyes, the way I see your situation is Jimmy G sucks balls.
Thank you.
He shouldn't be your starting quarterback. You're not going to win. You might be able to go to, but you're not going to be able to win your division. You're not going to be able to win a Super Bowl.
Thank you.
He sucks, but your team does not suck. And what you don't do when you have a Super Bowl caliber team is you don't give the keys to the fucking car to a goddamn rookie that's a fucking D2 kid that's played fucking 6 games in his life. What the fuck? You go get fucking Mitchell Trubisky, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
No. Nobody wants
Sam
Trubisky.
Darnold.
Let me tell you this.
Sam Darnold.
Let me tell you this. They did go after. Actually, they did go after Sam Darnold as well. This is what I will state to you. What people are confused about is they think that any quarterback works in Kyle Shanahan's system. No, any running back works in Kyle Shanahan's system, not any quarterback. You have to have a competent quarterback to execute the system properly. If you don't have Matt Ryan in his prime, if you don't have certain people that can do those things, you don't have a Tom Brady, you don't have an Aaron Rodgers, you don't have, even a young Sam Darnold right now. If you don't have those guys to run that system, it will fail. Look at Nick Mullins and CJ Beathard. They did not look fantastic. They looked better than what they were supposed to, but they didn't look overly fantastic.
Look at them now.
Look at them now.
And look at them the way Shanahan schemed them last season.
CJ Beathard is back like Trevor Lawrence, and that's basically what it is.
Good. They looked decent, right? And now they're playing for other teams. They don't have Shanahan to scheme them up, to give them dude, he tailors the offense to the quarterback's strengths. I'm telling you, that D2 guy that you're ripping on, bro, he can do the same fucking things, those mediocre things that Jimmy does 8 years in as a veteran. He can do the same shit.
We'll see.
Now, the ceiling for him is higher. So if Jimmy can get you to a Super Bowl dinking and dunking, problem is other teams just don't. They're not. They don't fear.
They don't
Jimmy.
Respect him. They're not afraid of that. If you know that the guy is barely going to throw over 20 yards, and you know that the guy can't throw outside the number, and you know he loves to go in the middle, and he loves to throw the linebackers, and he loves to hit people in the flat because they're so busy trying to make it a yak situation where you're getting your yards after catch, and you know that everything is predicated on the run game. Why on earth would you be afraid of that as a defensive player? You're not. Why do you think Seattle beat us? Why? Because they already know what Jimmy is. It's an obvious thing. You went and got Trey because Trey can do things Jimmy can't. The only thing that Trey has to work on is understanding how to get more touch on the ball and being able to get through the reads properly. That will come with time and reps.
The score was 7-7 at halftime.
The score was 7-7 at halftime because Jimmy Garoppolo was fucking inept.
All right,
because he couldn't get the offense moving. He threw that pick, man, to Quandre Diggs, and Quandre Diggs sat on that route. If you were a good quarterback, you see that shit. You knew it was going to happen.
Okay, how about change your quarterback?
That's what we're trying to do. That's why we drafted Trey Lance.
Well, we fucked up Stafford. We couldn't.
Draft Fields at 12.
What?
Draft Mac Jones at 12. Draft Fields at 12.
You don't want Mac Jones. Mac Jones ain't nothing but a knockoff of Jimmy Garoppolo. That was the whole point of that. I'm not going to react and get a quarterback that is exactly what I currently have.
That's kind of true, man. Time. Mac Jones does have a better arm than Jimmy, but he doesn't bring the mobility to the system.
There's nothing I'm going to get out of him. Nothing.
Look at what Trey Lance did to Seattle, dude. He diced them up. And he was thrown in there without any game plan. Nothing.
What do you mean diced them up?
He did.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Dude,
he wasn't one pass.
He looked a lot better than Jimmy. He looked a lot better than Jimmy G did.
I'm talking about Will's legs, Tony. with his legs. He was running around. He was dodging fucking the pot. He got out of the pocket. He dodged some defenders. He got away from the linebackers. He just can't slide. I wish the boy could learn how to slide. That head first shit freaks me out.
He's gonna get fucked up.
Me and Tony were following that game together, and he wasn't impressive at all to me.
Because he wasn't expected to go in.
No.
What? Okay, what was it that you didn't like? Please enlighten me, because he played a damn good game for him to be coming in on a whim, and they just told him literally barely before he had to walk out on the goddamn field from halftime. So you mean to tell me you weren't impressed by that kind of a start?
You're always supposed to be prepared to go into the game.
Okay.
What? You're always supposed to be prepared. Hold on. Whoa. You're always supposed to be prepared to go into the game when the game plan is tailored for you. If you didn't listen to John earlier, John specifically said the game plan is tailored to Jimmy's strengths. So if we're tailoring to Jimmy's strengths and Jimmy doesn't do what Trey does and Trey doesn't do what Jimmy does, how do you expect him to be prepared for a game when he doesn't get any damn reps? Just because you know what the calls are doesn't mean you're going to be able to execute the shit if you're not on the field.
We're not the only ones that see this, Nick. Do you watch Sports Center? Do you watch I
think we'll see.
Colin Cowherd? Do you ever see Colin Cowherd break down the deficiencies?
Yeah.
I mean,
Colin
dude,
Cowherd
I don't care. But you don't like Colin Cowherd because he doesn't believe in fucking Baker Mayfield, but that's besides the point.
He actually says exactly what I think about Baker Mayfield. He says Baker Mayfield can win.
I'm not going back to Baker right now. All I'm trying to say is that I'm not making this up. You need to understand that there are deficiencies that are holding us back, and it's at the quarterback position. Not to mention, and let's just take away Jimmy G's deficiencies. What about his health? He's been here 4 fucking years and had one healthy season, and we made a fucking Super Bowl run. That was an anomaly season, and even you fucking said that.
Okay, he's injury prone. I'm not gonna say that he's not injury prone.
Okay, Bosa had a fucking lights out season. He was leading in sacks. He was fucking rookie of the year. He kicked ass.
So I have a question. So your biggest deficiency was quarterback, right?
Right now?
Yes, it was. Yes,
right now we have corner. We also are deficient at the cornerback position also. And I told you guys, we suck at drafting corners. We don't value that position. Every Niner fan knows it. We don't. What are you laughing about? What the fuck is so funny? I don't understand.
This is an inside joke me and Tony have, but we might bring it up a couple episodes here.
What is so funny about that?
But no, the cornerback is a position that every team values. It is.
So what?
Like the 2 highest paid people on the defense are typically the shutdown corner and the edge rusher.
So John, what's the biggest deficiency of your football team?
Quarterback.
So with a good quarterback, you think you'll win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Nice. I mean,
if anybody has a good quarterback, they're going to win the Super Bowl. And at the end of the day, I don't see us winning it this year, though.
I just don't put the buggy before the horse in that aspect. I want to go to the Super Bowl like every fan, right? I mean, even the shittiest players on the shittiest teams play the game to go to a Super Bowl, but whether they know that they're on a fucking butt crack team or not, they still want to win the chip, right? There are 2 fucking guarantees in football: money and championships. Which one do you fucking want more?
So when you say that your team, the biggest deficiency they have is quarterback.
Yes.
And you think Trey Lance is a good quarterback?
Yes.
Okay, listen to me again. I believe that the way that we use Jimmy, follow me here, because I'm not going to repeat this. The way that we use Jimmy, we can use Trey. Jimmy is deficient, but Trey can do and make the same dink and dunk passes that Jimmy could. Remember that play in preseason where Trey threw it to Sherfield for that 80-yard bomb they went balls out about? 10 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, Jimmy overthrows that pass or underthrows it. Or throws it to a linebacker.
Jimmy sucks. I don't think anyone here.
Well, no. I'm misinterpreting you because Nick seems to think that the numbers don't lie and that Jimmy has taken us to a Super Bowl. So why the fuck do you turn your back on him? Nick doesn't get it.
Here's my argument on Jimmy. I've always said there are 4 types of quarterbacks: quarterbacks that shouldn't be in the league, maybe backups, quarterbacks that are good backups, and fringe starters, but they will never win you games. There's quarterbacks that could win you Super Bowls, but they're never going to be the reason why you win Super Bowls, but they're definitely starters. And there's those transcendent players that will make your team better just by being on there. And I believe Jimmy's in that second tier, a guy who can win you a Super Bowl. I believe
Trent Dilfer.
Trent
Dilfer.
I think Trent Dilfer's even probably less because they had such a good defense. Like that defense.
Oh my God!
Historic.
I mean, fucking Christ, dude! Your Trent Dilfer could throw a long pass. He could throw a fucking ball.
No,
why the fuck do you keep saying this? Jimmy can't win us a Super Bowl because he didn't win in 2019.
Joe Flacco is in that.
He had one fucking job to do. Had $100 million quarterback, and he overthrew Eman Sanders.
Like Joe Flacco.
He could not make that fucking throw.
Joe Flacco's in the Brady
but Joe Flacco has a monster of an arm. That was one of the things that he was lauded for coming out of Delaware.
Yeah, but
that was obvious.
Yeah, he has a big arm, but that doesn't mean he doesn't suck in other avenues.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he doesn't, but I'm saying that the point I think John was on was a big arm, and that was basically what we were saying.
What I'm saying is he's not a transcendent quarterback, as Joe Flacco, and neither are Baker Mayfield or Jimmy Garoppolo, but they can win. You can win with them.
I don't think you can win with Jimmy, man. I don't think you're understanding what we're talking about here, bro.
Close to doing it. You guys came so
close. That's a point.
Okay, and then his fucking health prevented us from maybe doing it again in 2020. He shit the bed. His health sucks. He's not healthy. He's soft.
Here's the last thing I'll say.
He's a fucking yes man, dude. He's not a leader. He's not a fucking leader.
Who signed him?
That was Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. So, our dipshit of a GM and our dipshit of a fucking head coach.
All right, I'll tell you. So in 2017, he came in. He won 5 games towards the end of the season. All right.
Yeah. And that's what got him paid.
Last 5 games. Then John Lynch and Jed York popped fucking boners, and we're like, that's our quarterback. That's the face of the franchise. And fucking prematurely, they threw a fucking payday at him, and they fucking overpaid. And then what did he do? He came in 2018, made a piss poor decision for what?
Thought he was a fucking running back.
Blew his fucking knee out at Arrowhead. Yeah. All of 18 shot. Comes back 2019, which arguably the running game carried that fucking team to the Super Bowl.
It did.
I will say that. Now you got now you got this dominant run game, right? With Raheem Mostert, Matt Breida, who else? Coleman. Who else? Jeffrey Wilson, right? So we got this running back room. We're just driving the ball down people's throats, dude. We're just dominating the run game, right? So you see, you get to Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Jimmy throws the ball 8 times, right? How many yards did Jimmy throw in the NFC Championship game?
It was like 8 times. I think he had like not even 100 yards.
Not even 100
yards.
6 for 8. He was 6 for 8 for 77 yards.
There you go, right? So Raheem literally ran us to the fucking Super Bowl.
To the playoffs. Yep, he ran us into it.
So I say to you again, the Shanahan-John Lynch era fucked up the offseason negotiations for a quarterback. We will never know how things could have been. They handled the Stafford trade. They should have approached Stafford before he went to fucking Mexico and fucking played fucking, pocket pool with McVay. All right. We had an opportunity. We had a fucking opportunity and they blew it. That essentially the Stafford play fucked us. You know what else? Shanahan didn't fucking entertain the Sam Darnold fucking aspect. Sam Darnold, right now, whom I picked for my MVP, I think Sam Darnold would have fucking done a phenomenal job this season. And we would be undefeated.
Maybe. I think San Francisco had a better base than Carolina did.
I ask you this. Does any team right now fear the wide receiver core in San Francisco?
No.
Because it's the fucking Debo show.
Which is another thing.
I think they do. Debo's probably a top 5 receiver right now.
Okay, so if you shut down Debo, Jimmy can't throw the ball like he's running routes that Jimmy can't hit him on.
I don't know. No one else fucking catches a ball besides him. Ayuk sucks dick. Can we all just fucking say that? Ayuk sucks dick.
He didn't suck dick last year, and he had 2 busted ass quarterbacks throwing to him.
There's more to this. I'm not done with just Ayuk. George Kittle, I gotta tell you, George Kittle kind of sucks dick. He ain't fucking good either. What the fuck's wrong with him? What the fuck's wrong with him?
They're just not using George Kittle. I'll tell you this right now.
They're
the reason
trying
that
to
George Kittle
preserve
is
his
being looked
health.
at, they literally are not using him because George Kittle is one of those people. George Kittle plays balls to the fucking wall every single time. Like, he literally fucking goes all out on every damn play.
Jimmy almost got his legs snapped off.
He hasn't understood that you can't go balls to the wall on every fucking play. And then at the same time, what he just said was correct. Jimmy fucking went ahead and damn near fucking got him murdered because he sat up there and fucking decided to throw a ball that was way too goddamn high. And then George comes down and, you know, the defender's right up under him. So it's kind of like, fuck, man. Like, how do you do that? At the end of the day, man, the number one thing is you have to have a competent quarterback to run the system. The system is only going to work with such. And we will get where we need to go with Trey in the game. Because Jimmy has good numbers just means that he was there when there was a good defense and when there was a good there you
go, right there.
When there was a good running game. That's what it was.
That's what he does. Kittle is a absolute he is a centerpiece for the run game. And I know you guys
it's like having an extra offensive lineman on the line whenever he blocks. And the reason I'll say that is because if you wonder why Kittle is such a damn good blocker, it's because his daddy played offensive line. So if you got your daddy at home teaching you how to be an offensive lineman, damn near, and you're playing tight end, yeah, you're going to be way more valuable when it comes down to, you know, run blocking. That's why I call George Kittle the best tight end in football overall, strictly based on the fact that he can catch and he can block. Travis Kelce is the best pass catching and receiving tight end. But if you're looking for an overall, flat out, 100% pure tight end that can do everything, George Kittle is your guy. And yes, I know he's not getting anybody any fantasy points. No, he's not being used in the offense. The thing is, the only reason that George Kittle is having that problem is because they're too busy trying to do shit other than, you know, put him as the forefront of the passing offense. If they would do that, then we'd be fine. But it seems like, you know, Kyle Shanahan wants to be a dipshit this year and continually fuck off and not do that.
I will ask you guys this. Do you have any questions about Shanahan?
Yeah.
Why
is it? I watch a lot of football throughout my life, and I watch a lot of news, ESPN, all these channels, NFL Network. Mm-hmm. And over the last 2 months, I've started watching all of these other 49ers channels, all of the 49ers channels. I'm subscribed to fucking all of them. They start popping up 49ers Live. I click on the 49ers. Why is it your team is truly the only team I consistently hear the word system? System. It's because the Kyle system.
Because Kyle Shanahan's system is that his system is that great.
Devised that.
Mike Shanahan
won a Super Bowl.
And
every team uses a part. Every team is taken out of our system. Run games are. It's not just the 49ers. The Browns are using a Shanahan style system. They're using two running backs in a similar system. You know, it's Shanahan's
the West Coast
system.
Offense, starting from all the way back to Bill Walsh.
There you go.
All the way back to Bill Walsh.
So why the fuck would they give a huge contract to a guy that doesn't fit the system?
Thank you. We don't know, bro. We got a 5-game sample size, and they threw the goddamn book at him, bro. We don't know.
Yeah, we have a look. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't trust a lot of the decision making that goes on. So I'm not gonna be that guy. A lot of people and I told people already, if we have a losing season, it's time to start looking at Kyle's ass. Because this you can't just keep saying, oh, Jimmy this, oh, Jimmy that. I'm going, look, man, you obviously ain't making the right fucking decisions, and you're screwing up in some way, shape, or form, you know. So I need to start looking at you and going, hey, are you actually the guy?
4th and 2, and you could have taken Troy Sermon, or you could have used Trey Lance, to get those 2 yards to convert the first down. And what the fuck did we do? We ran a jet sweep into a fucking wall of defenders.
Yeah, Dion.
Just that's where Shanahan really fucking bothered me. For whatever reason, I couldn't wrap my head around it.
He's like in a dick measuring contest. It's like
we're not going to argue that. I will not say you're wrong.
I'm kind of the same way as Tony. I follow a lot of 49ers stuff just because I want to see what John's babbling about when I come over. But I see a lot of 49er stuff, and you're very unique in the fact that you are adversarial towards Kyle Shanahan. Because a lot of 49ers, and this is unique to everyone. I speak kindly of Stefanski, but that's because Stefanski's brought us nothing but success that we've never had.
Exactly.
But the moment Stefanski starts sucking, and even I have criticisms of him over this last game. Kick the 2 field goals when you're down there. All right, but your fans deitize Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah. They love him.
Any team that has gone from Super Bowl to having, I mean, granted, there's injuries. I give you that. There's stuff that has happened, but any team that has done the stuff that has happened so far, the head coach is going to be getting. Look at Nagy. Nagy's 2-2 right now, and people want him fired.
The dog shit team with no expectations.
Yeah, that's how a lot of fan bases are. You guys, and it hasn't been for every coach you've had. It hasn't been for every coach you had. You guys loved Harbaugh for a little bit, but it hasn't been for
every he had a winning record.
Yeah,
period. You cannot deny that. Harbaugh had a winning fucking record.
Your fan base deitizes Kyle Shanahan.
Yes, they do. God. Yeah. They love him. Yeah. They love his stinking draws and his hairy balls.
Yeah.
They love him to death.
Crazy. The last thing
there's still people that aren't delusional, Nick, that still believe and see things no different than Dion and I. We're still questioning some of the decision making, and that doesn't make us delusional. It doesn't make us wrong.
This is the last thing I'm going to say, and then we'll probably move on after this if Tony wants to. But this Trey Lance thing, Trey Lance has to be a home run. He has to be an absolute home run, because if he's not,
I don't know why you expect
good.
But Nick, Jesus Christ, I mean, what do you expect to see right now?
I mean, Trey Lance has to be. I'll give him a rookie season to get comfortable, but he has to be Herbert-like.
Let me tell you guys something. This is a rumor that's spreading around the Niners thing. Is that Shanahan wanted Jones, I hear. Okay? That Shanahan wanted Jones. Mm-hmm. But the organization put a fucking stop to it and said no. You pick anyone else but Jones.
But the thing is, if you traded up for Mac Jones, you're an idiot too.
Excuse me?
If you traded all that capital for Mac Jones, you're also an idiot.
Regardless
because Mac Jones,
I'm just telling you, they were not going to. The point I'm trying to say is this, dude. Shanahan did not fucking brag about Jimmy, did not have kind things to say about Jimmy in the offseason, and he certainly didn't have anything to say about him in 2020, and he didn't have much good to say about him after 2019, and that fucking Super Bowl run that you keep holding on to, because he was fucking flirting with Tom Brady and every other fucking quarterback outside of that shit. Okay? They were never happy with Jimmy, okay? So now, this year, it's so fucking weird to hear Shanahan go to the fucking podium, and he's like, even when we saw Jimmy have a bad game, he's like, Jimmy had a good game. Jimmy played a great game. I think Jimmy had a good game. Okay? And he's been so out of fucking character in his compliments and his fucking hand-holding of Jimmy G at the podium. It's fucking weird, and it's weird for all of us because it's not what we're used to. Right, D?
That is completely true. But the one thing that I always say to that is very simple. You can't go to the podium and bash your quarterback openly.
That's true.
But at the same time, there is a way for you to be able to say that he still played like shit. Like I always tell people, in life, there's a kind way to tell somebody to fuck off. You don't actually have to say the words, but there's a way to do it. And everybody knows how that works. But let's go ahead and move on to it. But my last thing, period, is once Trey Lance gets on the field, and he gets comfortable, you will understand why all the draft capital was moved, because there will be a completely different system in place, and you'll start to see the points come, because you cannot have a team that has a defense that was as good as ours that whole first half, and the offense can only give you 7 fucking points. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm a defensive player, I'm rolling up on Jimmy after we get out of that game, and I'm telling him, look, man, I ain't going to be out here busting my ass for you to go out here and lay a fucking egg every goddamn time. You better figure that shit out. I got you 5 3 and outs, and your ass got up here and got me 7 points. Shit, I should have had 21, maybe 28. You better figure that shit out. I ain't gonna be out here busting my ass and trying to earn my paycheck while you get to sit back and get paid, way more than anybody else. You better figure it out and figure it out now.
My last thing to say about this is I'm not buying, or at least if Kyle Shanahan believes that his kind words and these compassionate fucking things that he's this defending of Jimmy at the podium right now, if he believes that he's still trying to amp up that dude's value, I'm sorry, ain't nobody fucking buying shit. Dude's worth a 6th-round pick, 5th at best at this point, and not a motherfucker is offering it. So nobody wants Jimmy G services, period.
The last thing I'm going to say about this is watching those Niners channels, watching the people I've been close to, John and Dion, fans of the Niners, the passion that you guys have, the expectations, the expectations for your team this year. Say whatever the fuck you want. Your expectations for your team was to win a Super Bowl, and you guys deserve better than what the fuck your organization has been doing lately.
Yeah,
you guys deserve better.
I agree with that.
With the quarterback situation that your fucking organization, the turmoil that they put themselves in this year. You deserve better than that. There was quarterbacks out there to go get. They should have got one of them. You went to the fucking Super Bowl 2 years ago. You have a Super Bowl caliber team with a dog shit leader at the quarterback position. There was other guys out there, and your organization owed it to you guys to go get one of those motherfuckers, not to draft a fucking punk ass kid that now you're pressing reset on everything. I got news for both of you. You might think he's the answer, and he could be the answer. He ain't the answer fucking this year. He ain't the fucking answer this year. He ain't the fucking answer. Huh? You're gonna win a Super Bowl with Trey Lance, John?
Tony, it's not about a Super Bowl this year, bro. That's
what I'm talking about right now. Super Bowl.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, hell, dude, I don't know. Shanahan is supposed to be extremely intelligent in devising and tailoring a scheme for his quarterback. So let's see what he does versus the Cardinals, and so on and so forth. Because if Jimmy plays the cards, we're fucked.
So when has he done that again?
Sure.
When did he do that?
When?
You said Kyle has this track record of developing these schemes for quarterbacks.
Yes, last year we had Nick Mullins and CJ Beathard. So he tailored a scheme for the second string, and then that dude sucked ass and had to get pulled, and he did it for his third string quarterback.
And what was their record last year?
Not good.
We were 6-10.
So, yeah.
So what the fuck's that scheme?
They actually
What we're trying to get you to understand is that he will play to, hypothetically speaking, you're a quarterback. You're on the field. Kyle figures out whatever you do best and finds a way to take his system and twist it and mold it so that it fits you specifically. He's done that for Jimmy all this time. We are trying to hopefully get him off the Jimmy train and over to Trey, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm just keeping it a buck. For every franchise in the NFL, for every head coach, your job strictly is to win football games and win fucking Super Bowls. Urban Meyer's job is to win football games and win Super Bowls. I don't give a shit about what he's doing in the club. At the end of the day, that's what Shad Khan hired him for, because he wanted him to win Super Bowls. Your coach, Sean McDermott, McDermott's job is to say, I don't give a fuck about Patrick Mahomes. I don't give a fuck about anybody in the AFC. I'm going out there to whoop some ass. Stefanski, that's his job. Same deal. So Kyle Shanahan has that same job. What he continually does is because of the injuries that seem to plague us for some ungodly reason, that's why we continually have to keep tailoring an offense to different people. But what I will tell you is this. Once Trey Lance comes in, I will stick to this, and you can hold me accountable because I'm a man of my word. When he comes in, you will see that there is a big difference between him and Jimmy Garoppolo. I have no other reasoning to believe that Jimmy Garoppolo is ever going to take us to a Super Bowl and win it. He just doesn't have it in him. I'll give you this. You guys are in Ohio.
So why the fuck is he on your team?
He's there. Okay, he's there because we have two incompetent fucks running the goddamn franchise. John Lynch probably wanted to get rid of him and say fuck it and let go. But I'll tell you this. Kyle is one of those people. He's an egotistical, stubborn bastard. It's what he is. He's done it a million times with players that he's drafted. He cannot be wrong. So if you're asking me, if that was me, Jimmy would have been gone a long time ago. I'd have cut his ass at the beginning of the year, and Trey Lance just would have started. I just would have said fuck it and just threw caution to the wind and said forget it. But those two, they make the decision together partially, and then I'm gonna put a lot on Kyle because Kyle's the one who cries and kicks and beats the table for players, and these motherfuckers don't work out. Aaron Banks ain't played it down for us, and we could have had Asante Samuel Jr. Jalen Hurd has never played it down for us, but for some ungodly reason, he's on IR. And when they asked him about him 2 weeks ago, he said, he's just not there yet. Cut that jackass already. He doesn't do anything for the fucking squad. Like, what is the point in waiting on someone who's never going to be healthy? I'm sorry. I get it. I understand injuries happen. But at the end of the fucking day, you cannot keep waiting and waiting and waiting on someone that's never going to be healthy. They've never shown you they can actually be healthy and give you anything in game that actually goes and leads to a win. So that's the reason why he's still there.
Dude, we've had enough heartbreak. We've had enough.
We just can't keep.
We have to put our eggs in one basket,
we can't deal with it. And you're right, Nico. I am an anomaly because I'm the type of person where I'm not going to continually put this on the players, and I'm not going to make John Lynch the scapegoat. At the end of the day, Kyle Shanahan, you're the one out there calling the plays. You're the one running this offense. I don't give a shit that you said Mike McDaniels is the OC. You did your homeboy a favor. You said he was the OC so he can really get a real OC job next year. You ain't giving up no damn play calling duties. I find that to be bullshit. Does he have input? McDaniels? Yes. But is he calling plays? I'll be good and goddamn.
No.
That's the fucking truth.
Dude, they want to hold on to him.
Plays.
They gave him a title to keep him close.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. I'm sure that they go to the table, and I'm sure McDaniel's allowed to have input. But at the end of the day, he's not the one out there calling those plays. He is a scapegoat, though, if shit hits the fucking fan, though, right? Because they gave him the OC title.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as the shit hits the fan, they're going to fire his ass and say Shanahan's taking over play calling again.
Sure.
Watch.
And that's going to be a
He's doing it anyway.
Because he'll be an incompetent GM.
It's going to be a bold-faced lie.
It's fucking business, man.
At the end of the day, man, it's a business. And in business, your job is to do one of two things: make money or win Super Bowls. In this case, it's win Super Bowls. And he only went to one, and the other 3 seasons have been piss poor. And I don't care what you got to work with. At the end of the day, Kyle, you could have nipped this in the bud if you would have been so in love with Kirk fucking Cousins, because we had an opportunity to draft a quarterback. But instead you go, I'm going to go into the season with Brian Hoyer. Then I'm going to go up to draft C.J. Beathard because I saw something in him. And we wind up being a team that sets the record for like the closest losses over a 9-game span. We would lose games by like 2 to 3 points because the defense was trash. They couldn't hold up. But let's move on from this. This shit is just getting me more and more riled up. I know we got some better shit to talk about than, how incompetent, we look as a franchise for having a quarterback that can't get it done, and then having one that can get it done, but not wanting to move on from him because our coach is too busy, trying to up his trade value when you know you ain't gonna get shit for injury-prone, subpar quarterback.
We could always talk Josh Gordon.
Smoke weed every day.
Hey, look, man, Josh Gordon. When I saw that he came back, I said this. I looked and it said Josh Gordon plans to sign with the Chiefs. If you could actually get Josh Gordon to stop smoking weed every day, if you could,
Smoke
the
weed
man,
every day.
the man, okay, you know this more than anyone, Nico. Was he not touted the next fucking Jerry Rice?
Yeah, here's the thing.
Hold on. Do you know how hard it is to get a cosign like that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand the name Jerry Rice and what it means to the NFL? Not just to us as 49er fans. NFL.
I've never heard him be compared to Jerry Rice. I heard Terrell Owens.
There was actually a lot of people that touted him the next
Listen.
Jerry Rice, but he could never stay off the bullshit. And it's just like Alden Smith. You love him to death. He's a great pass rusher. He was compared to Lawrence Taylor, but he couldn't stay away from that damn bottom, man.
You know Josh Gordon never played a sober game.
Oh, he was high every time?
No, he wasn't high. He was drunk.
Hey, that's a cold motherfucker to play football drunk. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, that's a cold motherfucker. I'll tell you why.
He smoked weed after times. He drank.
Hey, he had some damn good games when he was drunk as motherfucker. That won't go ball. If that's the case, I'm giving him a little pint every game, right before every game. Here you go, Josh. Go on, take that, baby. Don't worry about nothing. We gonna sweep that under the rug.
You know how long ago he had that season? He was good.
Yeah,
that was like fucking 2012.
Yeah.
9 years ago?
9 years later. That's what I'm saying. Like prime Josh Gordon, unbelievable, incredible.
Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes just came out and said he looks unfucking stoppable in practice.
I mean,
he always looks unstoppable, but the issue is he ain't gonna stop smoking weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
You're right.
All
right.
Okay, here we go. Josh Gordon best season, 2013. He played 14 games. He caught 87 balls for 1,646 yards. The man averaged 18.9 yards per catch. He had 9 TDs, and his longest catch was a 95-yarder. The man averaged 117.6 yards per game. He even had 88 yards rushing.
He had 2
in
games
that season.
He had 2 games back to back where he had 200 yards.
It's like those numbers are flat out ridiculous. And you're right. Every other season he was subpar. Why? Because he was always fucking up. His first season he only had 5 TDs, and then when he wound up, it wasn't until like 2018 where he wound up having more than 700 yards. But yeah, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, Josh Gordon is a monster if healthy and if focused. But those are ifs that will never be answered because he cannot hit the button, stop smoking weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
And he just doesn't love football.
Nah, because if you love, I'm going to tell you right now, if you love football, if you really love football, you'll put the fucking joint down. You'll put the shit down. It's not that hard. Like, it really isn't. You know what I'm saying? Believe me, I used to be a huge pothead. I started smoking weed at 14. I didn't stop until like fucking 30. And believe you me, man, I don't even miss it. I don't give a shit. But if I had something in my way, it would be it. This motherfucker with that goddamn dolphin.
Yeah, if you love that's really the crux of Josh Gordon. He plays football. He's involved in football because it gives him a paycheck, but he doesn't love the game. He never has loved the game.
Nah.
He loves a lot of other things that are really vices more than the game, and that's why he was never able to really succeed. And that's why I have no ambition that he's going to be able to succeed now. Does he still have the athletic ability to do it? Yeah, prime Josh Gordon was better than any other player there is. There's a handful of players that had the talent that he had. But is half of Josh Gordon still an NFL talent? Yeah, probably.
Hell yeah. I'd shit if Josh Gordon said he was coming to San Francisco. I would have automatically been on my channel, sounded like a happy fucking schoolgirl. I kid you not. I'll take half of Josh Gordon before I take a quarter of Jalen Hurd. Before I Brandon Ayuk, sit your ass on the bench and watch how the fuck it's done. If Josh Gordon, you gotta think about this. If I have Josh Gordon, I have Deebo Samuel, and I have George Kittle, and then I have Trey Sermon in the backfield, and then I have Trey Lance throwing the ball. And then if I want to really just go ahead and make it even more complicated, I'm gonna go ahead and put Brandon Ayuk on the field and throw Deebo in the slot. Do you understand what I'm gonna do to defenses? I'm gonna eat you alive, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna feed Josh Gordon as much as I fucking can because I know he's gonna fuck up at least within 1 or 2 games. So I'm gonna use and abuse his ass for as much as I fucking can.
And it's gonna look fantastic for 2 weeks.
It's gonna look fantastic for 2 weeks, and after that, the motherfucker winds up getting kicked off. Then he comes on and says, "I found myself, and life has benefited me." And Roger Goodell goes, "Sure, man, come on back," and then he fucks up again, but. Yeah, man, you go to the Chiefs because you think you possibly have a chance of winning a Super Bowl, and that's the only reason why you go fuck with the Chiefs. But I mean, hey, we'll see.
There's no way he stopped doing what he was doing. He probably just found a way around it now. Like there's probably some type of way around it, and he could still get the feeling of being high or whatever without popping a drug test. So. Josh Gordon, welcome back.
It is.
And we'll
wait for the next meltdown.
In the words of the illustrious Stephen A. Smith, Josh Gordon, stay off the weed. Please.
Like no shit. They just said today that they announced that he got promoted to the 53-man roster.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes, if it came across my screen saying Josh Gordon failed another drug test and he's out of the NFL again,
it wouldn't surprise me.
I wouldn't be surprised one bit.
Not at all.
Has there ever been a player that has fucked up so much and been back and just
no
has
no.
At this point it's just a fucking joke, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point it's just ridiculous. You can fuck up, you can be weird, and you can smoke weed, drink booze, have a meltdown, not be healthy, and then you can take a break, come back, and you always manage to sign with a hot team, right? Came back to Seattle when they were winning the division, and now he's going to play with the Kansas City Chiefs. I just at what point does the commissioner just say, "Look, you dude, I mean, how many fucking chances do you get?"
The Havoc's right though. Like you can't play high, but you can play with like all those painkillers in your system.
Well, yeah, that's because you don't feel shit. I mean, you gotta think about it. If you're high on fucking Percocet and you go across the middle, you ain't about to feel nobody rocking your world. You're gonna pop right back up from that shit like it didn't happen. The problem is when you come down off that motherfucker and then you start feeling the pain in your body. Like, when the hell did a freight train run me over?
Yeah,
oh,
now
snap.
you're injured. You're missing next week. You haven't dressed all week.
So could you either, guys? Could you either?
Okay.
The could you either for this week is could you either throughout a whole 162 game season in Major League Baseball, could you hit one home run off a Major League Baseball pitcher throughout a whole Major League Baseball season? Or could you, in a whole NFL season, return one punt for a touchdown?
Definitely home run.
John?
You can't fucking see your keyboard, and you expect me to believe that you're going to take a fucking fastball down the middle from a pro fucking baseball pitcher and swing a baseball bat?
Better chance.
Fuck you.
Getting
You have a better chance of fucking getting hit with a pitch and getting some sense knocked into your goddamn head. You know goddamn well that you have a better chance of catching a football and running it for a fucking touchdown, Nick.
No, I don't. I don't.
I can't. I can tell you right now, and we are fairly
You don't
athletic
have that
individuals here on this
John.
fucking panel. I cannot. I know I'm not hitting. Tony thinks that I could do this shit, and I know goddamn well I have a better chance of catching the football. Now, D, he didn't tell you this one thing. You don't get injured in this, could you either? There's no injuries. I'm taking the baseball. I'm taking the punt.
There is no fucking chance in hell John Vernous is returning a punt for a touchdown in the fucking NFL.
I'm fast.
There's zero fucking chance.
You're failing to realize how dynamic John is in the open field. When he gets to that second level,
I got blocks, but I am not going to stand there in a fucking box and pretend like I can hit a fucking baseball from somebody that's booty in the bullpen will still burn me.
Here's the thing, John.
You're not doing. First of all, we're not doing either of these.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
I'm just saying, what's more plausible? You swinging a bat of 100-mile-per-hour fastball and happen to get lucky?
The laws of physics go, if you just kind of swing and you catch that 100-mile-an-hour fastball, you might hit it over the fence. You don't even have to swing that hard.
Motherfuckers get paid millions of dollars and still strike the fuck out. And that's on a good day.
Strike
you
out
think I'm going to stand there? 162 games, 5 times that bat.
99% of the
ain't
time.
hitting shit.
But one time I might get lucky.
Yeah.
One time I might get lucky.
I think it's physically
fucking hits you right in the head, you'll get lucky.
I think it's physically more possible to hit the home run than to return a fucking
Thank you guys.
punt. Who?
Yes. Jerry and Havoc both agree that with 10 guys helping, you have a better chance of returning a punt.
Every time we have Havoc on the show, every time we have Havoc on the fucking show, we sign him in. He's sitting there smoking cigarettes. That motherfucker's going to return a punt for a goddamn fucking touchdown. Dude's smoking 6 packs a day.
Oh shit!
Shit.
Oh shit!
That was good.
But yeah, John
That was a good one.
John in the open field. If you always wondered why my nickname for John is the human joystick, that's the reason. Dynamic.
I have a better chance of returning a punt than I do hitting a baseball. I'm not hitting the pat. I'm not hitting the fucking pitch, bro. I'm gonna be up there swinging.
You can literally
My ass
You can literally go like this. You literally
I can't do it.
If you catch it, it's over the fence.
John, you realize the kicker would fuck your world up?
Yeah.
No. There's only one kicker. There's only one kicker that you're gonna fear, and he is on our team. And his name is Mitch Wisnowski.
He's an Aussie.
And that Aussie motherfucker can hit. Because they play football without pads, aka rugby.
Yeah, he does.
Probably.
If put like this, if Mitch Wisnowski is punting, I don't want no parts of that bullshit. Fuck that. Any other punter in the league, I will go toe to toe with any other punter. But I have no reason to believe that I'm gonna get anywhere near past.
Better than me, Havoc.
Nah, but honestly, logic would dictate that the home run is it has a higher probability. It does, because you got 162 fucking games to get lucky once. Whereas with that punt, though you got 10 people, man, you still got to see the holes. You got to make there's a lot. I have to go with the home run.
There's actual NFL punt returners or kick returners that like literally that's what they get paid to do: return kicks and punts, and they don't ever fucking do it.
I think we've had 4 weeks in the NFL season. I don't think it's happened once. Do you guys?
No, I don't think anybody's done anything yet. No catcher.
I think my hand-eye coordination.
But you get John in the open field,
and it's gonna happen.
Look out!
That's it. I got faith in my guy. It's gonna happen. That's the fuck. It's gonna happen. It's going down.
He's electric.
Got beat to the fucking house, baby. With them on
Sunday's my
fantasy
cheat
squad.
day with booze and cigs. Havoc, you don't gotta lie to me, buddy. Okay, if you got cigs, do your
He's
cigs,
running
bud.
2 miles at least 3 times a week. He's running more than you, me, and Nick. Now D is a track star, so I don't know if he's still running, but he's eating fucking Cheetos over there, so I don't know if he's running.
I ain't running shit. I'm eating some fucking candy corn because it's Halloween. My ass ain't running the goddamn thing. I'll do some riding on a bike, but I ain't running shit.
I'll tell you what,
candy corn.
Candy corn's one of those things that candy corn's one of those things you look at in a bowl and you're like, ah, fuck, candy corn. And then you take like a bite of one and you're like,
really?
Oh, let me have another one of them candy corns.
Next thing you know,
half the bowl's gone of the candy corn.
Yeah, I know, because I buy this shit for my wife because that's her vice. She likes a little candy corn. I fuck around and eat it all and I get yelled at. So
you guys got anything else? I'm ready to go to bed. Fuck.
Hey man. This was shit. We're almost at a 3-hour mark. That's fucking crazy.
We talked about it earlier. Wilder Fury fight this weekend.
Wilder, Bronze Bomber, baby, bomb squad to this day. Fuck Tyson Fury. He's sucking dick.
I think Fury is one of the best boxers I've ever seen.
I think Fury is a piece of trash. He's gonna get himself knocked out going in there trying to swing with the Bronze Bomber. He's gonna bring that cannon of a right hand and fuck him up.
Last time.
Oh no, he just laid on him. He literally just put all of his weight on him and just laid on him the whole time. And then it was easy. It's easier for you to lay on somebody and make them tired and then just punch him to death. Like it's real easy.
But smart.
You know, I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna be 300 stone and I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna show Connery his ass.
That's
what the fuck we're gonna do.
He does voices. He does. Dion does voices. He's very good at voices.
I'll do that.
That's a great Tyson Fury. Wait, hold on, Nick.
What?
You got a voice, don't you?
Oh God.
You want me to do it? Are we gonna save it? I thought we were gonna save this.
Yeah, we're gonna save it. You're right.
All right, we're gonna save it.
We're gonna start doing We're gonna start having celebrities on the show.
And they're gonna be.
Yeah, man. Oh, look, hey, if you ever want to do that, man, you just tell me who it is. I'm pretty good at impersonations. With Tyson Fury, that's just how he talks. Yeah, it's just me and my family in my camp. And, we're going to go in. I'm going to go in at 300 stone. And, I'm going to knock him out. Tyson, Deontay Wilder, he's just a big dosa. That's what we call him, the big dosa. He doesn't do anything. Like, yeah, that's all bro. Tyson Fury talks so much shit. But I'm telling you, I just want Deontay Wilder just to knock him out because I like Wilder better as champ. You know why? Because he wants to knock people out. Tyson Fury is a great boxer. Don't get me wrong. If you're talking about that, it's literally Tyson Fury is a way better boxer than Deontay Wilder. But Deontay Wilder is not a boxer, people. He is a fighter. Let's get that straight. So if y'all go in there and be like, well, he can't box. That's not what he does. You want to see a boxing match? Watch Floyd Mayweather. He is a technical superstar.
Do you remember?
But you cannot. What do you say?
Do you remember the first Wilder fight when in the 12th round, Wilder hit Fury with that punch and he started dancing, and then Wilder got up like the Undertaker?
Oh yeah, no. Oh, you talking about Fury? No, but I'll tell you this, and I'll stick to my story, and I'll never change it. That was a late ass count. Tyson Fury was down. He was down for 11 seconds. That fight was over. That fight was over, bro, because he took too long to count. At the end of the day, nah, he ain't get his ass up. Fury ass was down for 11 seconds at best. I'm telling you, man. Tomorrow, look. At the end of the day, he will go in there, and he is going to punish Tyson Fury. That Bronze Bomber, when he yelled at Bomb Squad, I believe you me, I'm gonna be hyped. I want to see him knock him the fuck out.
Either way, we're gonna be watching.
We should have an entertaining fight.
Has Wilder
a little
bit talking yet?
A little bit, yeah. He's been doing a couple of interviews here and there because I follow him on Instagram. So he does a few interviews. here and there. But yeah, he's been talking. If you really want to see what's going on with Wilder and Fury, go on your YouTube and go on PBC, the little Fox PBC or whatever the fuck it is. They have like Wilder Fury 3, and there's a bunch of videos on it. I watch them shits all day long when I'm working because I just like to see Deontay Wilder talk. I like a big, loud, abrasive champion. I don't like a little quiet motherfucker who just goes in and wins. And, I don't want to see that
big,
shit.
loud, abrasive, more champion than Fury.
What are you talking about?
Fury is big, loud, and abrasive.
Fury ain't big, loud, and abrasive. Please, he's only talking shit because people talk shit to him. That is it. Other than that, he wouldn't even be doing anything. He comes into the damn press conference with no shirt on. Bro, you are not in any shape to be walking around without a shirt on. Okay? You're not like now, if Deontay Wilder came in like that, you could look and be like, that's a physical specimen. He takes his shirt off. You're like, okay, you actually box? Are you sure you box? Because by the look of you, I feel like you don't box, you eat. And you continually eat. You eat like all the fucking time.
All right. It's going to be entertaining.
It will be. That much is true. It will be entertaining, and I hope to see a knockout from Deontay Wilder with that big right hand, and I hope to see Tyson Fury hit that mat and, go home crying, and, he'll have to start back over, and he'll go, because he said already, I've accomplished all I want to do, in the sport. And, right now, these are just about me own personal, these are me own personal challenges now. I want to see if I can do this. I'm the lineal champ of the world. Lineal champ don't have no fucking belt. Nobody know what the fuck a lineal champion is. If your punk ass ain't got a belt, you ain't a fucking champ. That's how it works.
He does.
So wait a minute. After the fight, if you signed on and you made your name Tyson Fury, and you made your picture Tyson Fury, turned your camera off, and you just start talking like Tyson Fury, could we theoretically say we interviewed Tyson Fury?
No, the fuck you couldn't.
But
I'd have
why?
to look. To be honest, because the people aren't gonna believe that shit, man.
Obviously, they're not going to believe it.
Somebody's gonna fucking do their research. Tyson
Tell you
Fury,
what.
it did the crazy shit is Tyson Fury's actually gonna find a way to jump on this motherfucker. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna look.
The plan would work.
The plan would work. You give it. If you draw up a script of shit for me to say, you email it to me, I'll memorize that fucker, and Tyson Fury will be on in seconds.
This is fucking brilliant. Who else can you do? Who else could we have on? Give me.
Man, it all depends on who you want. Like it literally, you throw out names, and I believe me, I do whatever I can. I've been doing that shit since I was a kid, man. It's just funny to me, when I hear people, when I see people. Hell, fuck! I used to hang when I went down south to Atlanta, man. I started talking like them, and I had to stop because I was like, "Yo, okay, I'm not." I like the people in the South, but I don't speak like this, man. They used to look at me and they used to tell me, "You talk too proper." The fuck? And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "You talk too proper. You can't talk like that around here because people they think you better than them."
What the fuck? Were you talking to John? Who were you talking to? John Coffey? Only not spelled the same.
I'm tired.
That's what it is, man. And I swear to God, I would literally dumb down my own language just to accommodate the people I was around because they were getting offended like I was doing something wrong. I'm like, bro, this is how I fucking talk. If you can't deal with that, then kiss my ass. I don't give a shit that you can't pronounce it. It's not my fault that you weren't taught punctuation and pronunciation and grammar. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Sorry, you need to get your school system together then. Like what the fuck? Shit, man. I do whatever the hell I'm gonna do, and that's just gonna be it. But yeah, man, I like doing that. That shit is fun to me. Doing voices and fucking with people.
You guys,
I've tried Patrick Mahomes, but I can't get it. I can't. I don't know how to sound like Kermit the Frog.
all this time we were trying to get celebrities on. Who would have thought we already have all of them?
I
we
remember
need?
Dion doing voices. He's very animated. So he pulls
I
this
do.
off.
Oh yeah, I fuck around and do Trent Baalke every now and then on my own channel, just because of the way he talks. He sounds like somebody who smokes like 8 packs of cigarettes fucking per hour. Not even in a day. That's like per hour. You ever heard somebody where you just it sounds like just their voice is so raspy that it sounds like just their mouth is an ashtray. Like, it's horrible how he speaks.
Does do
It's
Trent
just
Baalke, that's for
disgusting.
sure.
You know, and that's what he does. He comes there. I remember he was on Twitter. This motherfucker was like, "Oh, I was gonna do a live Twitter, but I realized I had to have a certain amount of followers." You suck as a GM. Nobody wants to listen to you, bro.
That's true, man.
Like,
he was garbage.
Fuck.
All right, you guys.
That's it.
Let's wrap it up. If
Yeah.
you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to your boys. If you stick around with us for 3 fucking hours, may God have mercy on your soul. Thank you. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. As always, thanks for tuning into the Locker Room Rant. Dion, love having you on, brother. Anytime you let us know. And maybe we got Tyson Fury coming up. I don't know. Maybe he'll join us after the fight. You never know.
Right.
But until then,
right after I go ahead and knock him out with this big right hand, I'll come on on the Locker Room Rant, and we'll go ahead and we'll talk about how I knocked out the big Dosa and put him on his Dosa ass.
I fucking love it. I fucking love it.
Dion, my man, my brother. Good to have you.
All right, man.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time on the Locker Room Rant.
Later, family.